So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you're listening to this. This is Match Media alongside my ticket partner in crime, Ricardo Medina.
Hello.
And this is a special episode of BS Beats and Bailey. Yes, folks, we have reunited pretty much with the 3D Critics League. In this case, it's Sommerleigh Pollonais of
Hola.
Movie Junkie for Life and Julien Neaves of Movieville and redmangoreviews.
Hola Tunje.
Yes, hola Tunje. And this will be a comic book themed special, if you will, because we're talking about 3 films which are based off of comic books, or at least in one case, manga. First one is the latest animated film from One Animation. This is called Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Yes. Second one is the quote-unquote long-awaited, and I mean that in terms of when, like, we were wondering when this movie was ever going to come out, live-action adaptation of the beloved anime series / manga Fullmetal Alchemist. And last but not least, we gotta talk about the show, the show of all shows, the show that pretty much started this whole cultural revolution, this whole wave, to the point that there's a black
500 million in 5 days or something
Insane
like that.
And Chinese are dusting off their dashikis.
you know,
And going to the cinema.
wearing the shikis again, to the point that there is a literal challenge right now where it's either celebrities or you see it or whoever just trying to get students or youths to go into the theaters to see this movie.
Right.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Pantera Negra. In Spanish.
Correcto.
Yes. See, I actually remember some Spanish. I know some Spanish. Anyway, so we started off first with Gotham by Gaslight. This came out, it came out officially on Blu-ray and DVD February 6th.
It's the first one for the year, right? The first animated Warner Brothers movie for the year,
True.
right?
And it's based...
What was the last one again? I remember not liking it.
That was not Batman and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yes, alright, yes, right.
But that was
not
right. They ended off on a bad
I
note.
remember it was
Jeez.
terrible.
Yeah. But that made it all worse of
Yes,
us,
right.
Well, no
That-
offense.
It was my silly fun. I honestly did not expect it to be anything other than what it was. So for me,
Oh.
it
The
was,
expectations were so low.
yeah, it was
On
fun.
the subject of that, Gotham by Gaslight did something very simple, but so much effective, so better than what Batman and Harley Quinn did. It was just so simple. It was a simple move of the camera. But when we get to the review, we'll talk about it, right? So this is based off of a graphic novel of the same, called Gotham by Gaslight. I've never read it before. I actually find the premise was pretty interesting. In this case, it's Batman hunting down Jack the Ripper. So it's kind of like From Hell, if you remember that graphic novel.
18th century, right?
Hugh Brothers,
It's like, that's the
Well,
timeline.
Hugh Brothers.
Well, in this case, it's the 19th century.
19th century.
Hugh Brothers.
And Hugh Brothers made the movie from it, which Johnny Depp was in it.
Wait, From Hell was made from Gotham by Gaslight?
No.
No, we
Oh,
just
the
say
same
no.
chapter in Jack the Ripper kind of something.
Jack the Ripper.
Yes,
The whole idea. Although From Hell, I know went real dark.
I absolutely really enjoyed that movie. From
Yeah,
Hell.
I find it was like real underrated though. But anyway, so it's pretty much that same premise of, in this case, Batman hunting down this serial killer of women. And also, because it's set in the 19th century, we get to see the whole social relationship between men and women at the time, especially in the upper class.
And they do they do a decent amount of class politics in it as well.
They don't spend too much time because, I mean, it's a one animated film, so movie clocks in about, I think it's an hour and 17 minutes tops here. Right.
But I talk about its biggest problem, but
But the main character, or at least the main female character, is Selena Kyle, who is voiced this time by Jennifer Carpenter.
I was very impressed with the voice work. I like the voice work.
You remember her as the actress who played Dexter's. It's Michael Ian Black's the name, right? I think so. She played the sister of Dexter in the series Dexter, and they were married at the time, and then they split up, and they were still working as brother and sister, which is weird. Yeah, I know, right? So it's one of those Big Bang Theory scenarios.
And sadly, her character was like one of the more god-awful things about that show.
So
It was very annoying.
I liked her character at the point in time, but what they do with her at the very end, I hated that.
Seasons,
I hated that.
I didn't have an issue with her, and she just got progressively worse. And it's not the actress, it's the writing. Because what she did in movies like The Exorcism of Emily Rose, she's good. She's good when she has good material.
Yeah, and she was also in one of your favorite movies, Summer, that's Brawl in Cell
Brawl in Cell Block 9, yes.
Yeah.
she was in that as well. She didn't have a lot to do, but what she did it well.
Right, yeah, right. Also, in terms of this story here, we get to see some familiar faces. But in this world here of Gotham, they have different, not so much personalities, but there's different professions.
Yeah.
So we do see Commissioner Gordon, we see Bullock, we see Harvey Dent as well, and we see a few other characters.
Poison Ivy as well.
Poison Ivy, yes.
A little bit
As a woman of the night.
Yeah.
Yes, and
A
very
woman
big
of
in
ill
this.
repute.
Yeah. And one thing they do is because you know these characters as being the villain and
I was
whatnot.
gonna make a Maury Street show.
And I'm sure it would have worked.
Yeah, so just to jump into the review here, one thing that they do pretty well here, well, this is just off piece of the graphic novel that inspired it, is that they will take your favorite characters, put them in different scenarios, right? But they're not gonna play it out the way how you expect it to be. So like with Poison Ivy, for example, she is a lady of the night. She is not the person who controls plants and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's totally different.
Right. Again, most of the DC comics do the Elseworld stuff, and they do a decent job of saying, okay, let's just create the scenario and see how it'll spin out, what they would or could look like in this new situation. Blah blah blah. Yeah, they do a decent job with this world building, in my opinion.
I think Batman is the only character who seems like
More or less the same.
Yeah.
But everybody else, they switch up, and they do some big switches, especially the main villain, right?
Oh boy.
When you find out who went on with
That blew my mind actually.
Yeah, no, that's
I did not see it coming.
Yeah.
Well, you see, all of us did see it coming. I thought I was the only one. Like, wait, I thought I was dumb to not see it.
No, yeah,
I was excellent.
I thought it was well done.
Yes, it was very well done.
Yeah. Well, I just want to mention, we could start. We will mention the bad first. The bad. Yeah, this thing, holy crappy. They couldn't give these people a bigger budget, Joe.
I know, right?
Shit,
Yeah, the animation is shoddy in
And
some parts.
it's easily some of the worst animation I've
The
seen.
opening scene of Ivy dancing, I was so disappointed.
That was
That was like Batman the animated series level kind of.
No, that was so
Batman the animated
unsexy.
series was actually decent, had like more frames and that like.
Yeah.
No, this okay. The most notably bad part was when they had this. Okay, so it's something involving Doctor Strange, I think. Sorry,
Oh,
Doctor.
Hugo
Strange.
Yeah,
Doctor Strange, right.
as well too.
And remember that part involving a prison riot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't take the time to animate that properly. It was really lazy. Just
Oh, you're talking about the fight scene?
no, when he had a set of mental patients went after him.
Oh, that, yeah.
And like, whoa, this is just keyframes,
Yeah.
just hitting each other.
Yeah.
I said,
Right.
it was a mess. The animation was pretty bad in this on average.
Yeah,
I think
and
only part.
Ivy's movements were so boxy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really bad,
that
yeah.
I was like, no, don't tell me this movie's not going to be good. But I'm so happy that
Right.
it went the next
The
direction.
last,
Yeah.
okay, so there's a scene involving a blimp, and I thought that was okay.
Yeah.
And then the final action scene was okay.
Yeah.
But everything else was a mess. Sorry, this was bad. Stuff like just seeing people in the background move about. And
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
say that because,
jeez.
like, for example, there's the funeral scene, right? So a character dies, right? And you're seeing Bruce talking to some person, and in the back you're seeing a person walking, right?
Yeah.
But you swear that the person is moving slow, but I'm wondering why is it doesn't look real now. It just moving slow, like I'm wondering if it's like frame rate or whatever it is.
Yeah,
And then
definitely there was little to no budget on this.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then
It was
also
really
in the final action sequence, there's a moment where something, there's something is engulfed in flames. And I was watching one shot of the flames and how the flames is moving.
Yeah,
and
flames
it just
themselves
felt
look bad.
really, like blocky. Actually,
Yeah, but fire is something you had to get right.
Yeah.
Like fire hard to get right. So
Yeah.
it's something you have to spend almost all your effort on getting right.
Right.
It have no halfway.
Well, fire.
It have no halfway fire. It's
Exactly.
either all good or nothing. Don't do it at all. Or
Like
something.
Baywatch.
I don't want to say Baywatch. I'm not going to say Baywatch.
But
Wow.
I can't. Because
Worst fire ever.
the audience and all people have a natural intuition for what fire does look like.
Yeah.
So you had to get fire right.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just like look, it's a good scene,
Yeah.
but jeez, boy, it's like it was breaking my heart a little bit how little money.
Yeah.
I know all of these movies, always have a big mistake in it, but they have generally good animation. Okay, so the Batman family movie they did, right? That is obvious part of the character.
The Bad Blood. Yeah.
Right, Bad Blood, where they had this, where he bleed, and then it disappeared in the middle of the shot. Little stuff like that. And it's only at this one moment that was pissed me off.
Right.
But the rest of the movie generally fine. But this whole movie was.
Yeah.
I didn't turn it off because the story was going
You
okay.
said blocky, that's the perfect description for what I was seeing.
Well, what I'm thinking is, I don't know if they were kind of hedging their bets because it's not a very well-known graphic. It's not Killing Joke, or it's not
But I actually seeked out Gotham by Gaslight after to see the artwork, and it's very well done in the book.
Yeah, it's great.
So, yeah.
That's what the big disappointment was because I know that's what it's known for. Just having this, you could
And
do
steampunk
it
is
justice.
something that's supposed to grab the eyes. You're looking at everything.
It's a really
But
steampunk though. I just
well,
saw more of a
not
slumber
really, no,
It's
but
period Batman.
Right.
Yes,
It's aesthetic. You could make the case, but what I thought they did good is that they got again the timing and the technology. So the big final sequence. Slight spoiler. Batman gets a motorbike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And
That was
I like that.
if you do a little bit of history, motorbike was
Yeah.
invented about 3 years before
Yeah.
this. So it makes sense somebody at that level
And it wasn't,
would have access to
it
that.
wasn't remotely called, it was delivered.
No, right. Exactly. And the timing of it worked. And it's like, okay, so all of these little writing things, he had to solve the problem and get across town as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I like all of that. It couldn't be a horse and carriage. He couldn't run.
Yeah.
And it couldn't be, he have a steam-powered grappling, but it
And we know
couldn't.
he has the money to afford a
Thank
motorcycle.
you. So it did decent world building for the most
Yeah.
part. And again, yes, you still have to, crunch your story in a short space of time.
Yeah.
They still had to do it. They had to tell an arc, and it did.
Yeah,
Everybody's arc. The fighting was good. They did a great action sequence with Batman having to piece together how the Ripper fights, and he pieced together little things like that.
Yeah.
When I was going to jump in with that, I think one of the best things for me in this film is, and what you rarely get to see sadly, is Batman as detective.
As a proper
We
detective,
saw a
yes.
lot of that.
Yes.
And I'm like, I love Detective Batman.
And they have
figure his wits, so I really
And they're right, and they had a workably dated detective look to it because they still had dated ideas in detective work. And it's like, oh well, we need to touch this and this blood work. It's like, all of that is scientific nonsense now. But at the time, this
That was what they had.
is the working intuition.
Yeah.
But it still works, in terms of solving a problem.
I'm watching a new TV series called The Alienist right now. That is out.
It's on what station?
It's almost like Gotham, like TNT, but of course I'm streaming it.
Okay.
And
Who watches
it's
TNT
about-
these days,
yeah,
right?
it's-
I mean,
So an alienist is basically a psychologist. That's what, because what they did is how they described it is when people had mental issues, they were an alien to themselves.
Right.
So an alienist would study them. And in this one, there's somebody going around killing and cutting up young male prostitutes.
Right.
So it has this
Nice
Jack the
twist there.
Ripper-esque
Right.
in that exact same period
Right.
as Gotham.
Yeah.
And like why I brought it up is like what you talk about with the way criminology was handled back then.
Back then, yes.
One of them is saying, I swear that this fingerprint thing could work. And
Right, I like that,
But
yeah.
people saying that's stupid,
Yeah.
that's foolish,
Yeah.
you can't catch a man by his fingerprint.
Right.
And all this introduction of these things.
Yeah.
So it's really good. If you
Yeah,
it's just
and-
about 5 episodes in.
Yeah, the world building works for the most part. Again, it's definitely not the best of the DC animated movies. Like, for me personally, it kind of is an obvious choice of what the number one is, which is Under the Red Hood. A bunch of others. I have a big place in my heart for a bunch of the others,
Yeah.
like Crisis on Two Earths.
Gods and Monsters is a favorite
Gods
of
and
mine
Monsters as well. I really
Yeah.
liked. And this one was I think solid enough world building for the time period they had. They had a short space of time to tell the story, and yet they just did the arc and made it work. And then when the big reveal at the end, it's like
that reveal.
and then, you realize the Jack the Ripper character is a good damn villain, and they made it really work when they find out what went on, the logic and reasoning behind his
Yes.
Made
execution.
sense.
Yeah.
Like that made sense. Again, they did a nice little feminist angle with it. So it's like, oh yeah, this is what. Again, it's a comic book, but a lot of men who hate women just think like this.
Yeah.
That's
They have that weird logic of you need to put them in their place and have a slight religious angle to it going on.
Yeah.
And they did all of that. They made it work for the most part. I give this a decent enough rating. I'll just tell my rating after.
Alright, cool. Well, for one thing, I do like the dark edginess, the dark edgy approach to the story, because it needs to be dark and edginess. So I went in, I was like, alright, this has an R rating. I'm watching this thing. Okay, making me feel a little uncomfortable, especially with the moments where, yes, you do see the killer going up with the woman.
Yeah.
I was worried that it was going to be all cliche with all the women just being, no, please,
Yeah.
But I'm glad that, Selena Kyle was there to kind of, show some kind of...
she gave balance
a
to
really
the
empowerment,
characters.
a really empowered woman,
Yes.
so it's not like, the female characters are just victims, you know, and I was glad they didn't do
that. And Catwoman, almost every incarnation of Catwoman is almost always a badass.
Yeah.
Very few versions of Catwoman I hate.
Yeah, and she usually represents someone that fights for not just women, but for the poor and the
Right.
disenfranchised and
Yes,
stuff like that. In her own way, she fights for them. Yeah.
I'm also glad that they concentrate on Batman being the person with the costume on, with the mask on, pretty much, instead of we have to have Catwoman, you know, our version of Catwoman here, this person here. Like, this is not Gotham anymore. Like this, like the TV show Gotham, where we had to do, you know, new versions of favorite characters. It's about Batman doing his job.
And the others like little side cameos that I like they are the three Robins.
Yeah.
All together.
Yeah.
I like that. They find a space for them. They help out.
I enjoyed them somewhat. I was hoping for a little bit more of the three Robins. That was my thing.
Well, it was
and
Dick
Harvey
Grayson.
Dent.
Yeah, it was Dick Grayson.
Tim Drake and Jason Todd.
Yeah, all right.
And the look was like the three Robins.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. And they acted like one chair in that space. Yeah.
I really enjoyed the voice actor with them. Some of the lines, like a couple of them kind of threw me off. Like one of them said, "Get off your boombox," and I was like, "Get off your boombox." Okay. Yeah. But this is what I really like about this movie here is that, like, it's not Victorian England in the 19th century. It's just Gotham. So you assume it's America. And there's one scene in particular where you see, like, there's a World's Fair or something like that. Yeah. And you see the American flag, but if you look at the flag itself, you're not seeing the stars.
Right.
You're just seeing the.
But I would chalk that up to low budget.
It could be. Yeah.
They cannot afford the stars.
Right. Okay, so three similar flags, but no stars. So like, what, they didn't have time to join them.
Right.
Them stars are, but so I like that it is Gotham. So yes, you do hear a couple of British or Cockney accents here or there, but that doesn't mean that the story is in England. It's Gotham, take it or leave it.
Right? And it was a nice hodgepodgey mix of it because, you know, American England always had that working history anyway. So it mixed in terms of what the industrial era. Everything stink, have shit on the street. You know, everybody, somebody somewhere.
Good old England.
Somebody have a polio. Everybody worrying about cholera. Little shit like that.
Please, can I have some more?
Right, right. So they get the Dickensian.
I think what the three robbers they kind of throw in that call them Little Tim or Tiny Tim or something like that.
For the most part.
That's last thing I just want to say. I really dug the voice actor. I think this is the strongest thing about this film. Bruce Greenwood, I thought he was great as Batman. I mean, he's no Kevin Conroy, but he comes close.
But who is?
Nobody is.
Yeah, Bruce Greenwood, look like the guy, great actor, loved him as Captain Pike.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can't go wrong with him.
But hands down, best vocal performer was Jennifer Carpenter, in my opinion.
I felt so too.
Yeah, she was great as Catwoman. There was so much nuance.
I was actually surprised when I looked it up and I saw it's Jennifer Carpenter because that sultry nature is not something I give to her. And I thought she nailed it. I really did.
And there were a couple of moments where I was like picturing, I was thinking the Dexter, Jennifer Carpenter at the time. I was like, wait, this is the right voice? Because we heard the voice on her. But this last thing, and then you'll get to your thoughts, right? What this film did great, way better than Batman and Harley Quinn did, was, remember that musical number with Selena? It's not a Broadway song, but
what
do you call that kind
of? A kind of
cabaret.
Cabaret.
Right.
Kind of cabaret thing.
You see when they keep cutting back when she was singing, but like the camera, it has a wide shot, and then the camera just goes up, and you see Bruce and Harvey that watching, and they love it. Well, they just ogling at her basically. Yeah. Why didn't Batman and Harley Quinn do that? They just focus on this one stupid ass performance with these twins, and it's stuck there. No, don't cut away.
Yeah, cut. Yeah,
but Summer, your final thoughts on Gotham?
For me, one of the things I would say about this movie, the story is so good, I forgave everything else. I forgot that the animation was shoddy. Because when it first started, it hit me that the animation was poor, and I was like, oh god, not another.
I was really worried.
DC animated film, because they haven't really been giving us good ones recently.
True.
And the story drew me in. The voice work, like we said, is flawless, but that story of like, who the hell is the Ripper, and the detective aspect of it. And then when you figure out exactly, when you find out who the Ripper is, you find yourself going back to people, like when a certain person wakes up and he goes looking for his wife, and you're like, holy crap, and the
You know,
scene
a
takes
good
on
point.
a
It was right there.
completely different horror.
They make it work.
Yeah, you know, and everything, it just works. And right up to the end, I was at the point where I was like, you know what, I want to spend more time with Harvey Dent, because, you know, he's such a horrible type of character in this.
I felt like could have shown us a little bit more, but it's almost the point like,
well, no,
did we have a need for him?
Do you see his two-facedness in this, if that's
Yeah.
so good?
Yeah.
Where he's, 1 minute he's a good friend and the romantic, chivalrous guy, and as soon as he realized Selena is into Bruce, his attitude change. You're a whore, you're this, you're looking for the commissioner because you're looking for another man to pay your bills.
Right.
That attitude, and that's where the two-face comes in, and I love that they did that, you know.
It was subtle though.
Yeah,
Too subtle, couldn't pick up on it, but
it was subtle, but it was well written, and if you're like, okay, Two-Face, that's what that is.
Okay,
you know?
I wanted to mention something by the way as well.
Yeah, so the story made me forgive everything else, and for me, I'm glad they started off strong. I'm hoping their other stuff is.
Well, there's Suicide Squad. Well, there's
a new Suicide Squad animated something.
Oh, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, coming up.
I thought Assault on Arkham was okay.
I was fine with Assault on Arkham.
I hated the big plot. Like when you find out what it was after, I was like, they couldn't bribe a guard for that. Whatever. I know they're doing over, which I personally hated. I know a lot of people defended, but I personally hated Death of Superman back in 2007. They're doing it over and they're doing it properly.
Okay.
I personally
hated I don't remember it.
It wasn't very memorable.
That's Superman Doomsday.
Doomsday, yeah. I hated what they did.
Well done, no.
Hated it. But
I saw it once, I forgot.
Star Superman was very. That was
okay.
bad.
My issue with that movie is that you take, like, I think it's 12 issues and cram it.
A little too crazy,
That didn't work for me.
And I mean, that is one of Superman's greatest stories.
Exactly. No, but they're doing over Death of Superman. That coming. So I'm like, okay, I could think that. And then from what I understand, they're finally doing easily one of my favorite graphic novels ever, Superman Red Sun.
Okay.
That should be interesting. Listen, I'm not sure for sure if they're finalizing on that, but holy shit, finally. Please, they should have done this years ago. Easily one of my favorite graphic novels. Yeah.
Now, as I say that, right, before we get to Julien, I'm wondering if they're actually going to do like what they did with Killing Joke 2 years ago, and actually give it a limited theatrical release. Right. But one of these shows, right, like if they just get everything right, the voice acting, the animation, put it out in theaters for us to see, man. I mean, instead of us waiting till they come out on.
The problem is how much money you want to spend on that shit. Because just a theater release is like what? A ton of cash here instead of boiling. So unless it's worth it, they ain't doing that shit. Like they thought Killing Joke was so
And
great.
they haven't had success with their theatrical releases of their animated films. Like going right back to
Mask of Fantasy.
It bombed. Didn't they do Return of the Joker as well at one point? A limited release of Batman Beyond. I think they did that.
I didn't know it was. I loved it, but I didn't know it was theatrical release.
I don't think it was for long though.
Right. That's the problem. Is that if you're doing, you had to do limited theater, and that's a whole issue by itself. And look, people will come out if it's good. Nobody's saying no, but just put it on DVD. Sorry, and put it on. Like, live in the age of the internet. You don't need to. They really thought Killing Joke was this great thing. Because it is a truly classic comic. I mean, it'll did have some problems, but that was a big misstep on their part. And well, the actual final product was a complete mess, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a noble thing. Especially using your term.
Yeah, especially that first 25 minutes, which is like,
what is
this?
What?
That Batgirl stuff was.
Yeah, that was a mess.
I was cringing.
It was so dated. They didn't get a chance to like update this. Like they couldn't punch up the script. Nothing. It really like look. If it came out 20 years ago, it would have been forgiven, but not now.
I never read The Killing Joke, but I know about it, right? That sex scene doesn't exist in that book, right?
No.
But I said the first 12 minutes is not in the novel.
That first one, okay, so this is look, I love Bruce Timm to death, but jeez boy, this is the worst of Bruce Timm coming out. Like, he obsessed with this whole Batgirl and Batman being together thing. Now, he's shipping them hard long time. Now, for me, I always thought it's kind of creepy.
It
and
is.
And then straight up inappropriate. Like, it makes some sense.
We already kind of look the other way when we think about why does Batman keep adopting his young child?
No, but
the
DCAU always hinted at it. It was a kind of working implication. I was like, alright, you could just leave it at that. But they decided this really dumb, awkward section that made no sense. Like,
and it was supposed to be so edgy.
Anyway,
so back to Gotham by Gaslight. Your final thoughts, Julien?
I really enjoyed it. I kind of went summer that I was so pulled in by the story, the action, the strong voice work, that I kind of forgot about the very kind of limited looking animation. As I said, I loved seeing Batman as a detective, some sweet action. I loved what it did with the characters and how they kind of at certain points flipped expectations. So I give it a strong rating. Definitely worth checking out.
Cool. Alright. Well, on the subject of ratings, Ricardo, I knew you was itching to
for me this gets somewhere along the lines of a 7.5 out of 10. Along that line. Again, the animation really pulls it down, unfortunately. But that's still a really good score given the bad animation. Good animation for me is a big deal. Yeah, if it don't get that right, I just kick me out of it. And everything else was strong enough to hold up that when that one pillar collapsed completely, which is the bad animation. It had a good arc. Again, the characterization was really strong on average, especially the villain when you learn all the reasoning behind his logic, and that really worked in my opinion. And just general world building is like, holy shit, they should just give these goddamn people a budget. Instead of Snyder, Batman v Superman, giving them a budget, shift some of that money back to animation.
Please.
I watched an Adult Swim run of Gotham by Gaslight.
Right, exactly. Something real serious and they can really put some money into this. It's really unfortunate.
For what it is.
It's really unfortunate. But I give this a pretty decent score. Again, only the bad animation really pulls it down. If it had good animation or solid animation, it would have gotten 2 points at least better. That's just my last take on that.
Alright, for me, I would give it a decent 3 out of 5. It was alright for me. I wasn't completely blown away by the story, unfortunately. Wish I could have loved it more, but I really was impressed. By the voice acting. I really wish the animation was a lot better. They really could have done. Cause I have a feeling that the source material, is great, excellent. Maybe not as great as say Killing Joke or whatever, but still great. I felt that the movie could have gone a little bit out of its way to really bring justice to this to that actual book. But I mean, it came a little close though. But like I said, Ricardo, it just really got bogged down by the really questionable animation, especially those little scenes and whatnot. But I say a decent 3 out of 5 is fair for me.
Well, like Ricardo, and I think in my YouTube video, I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
the story was immersive. I love a good mystery. So the story was it drew me in so much, I forgave whatever else was going on screen. I stopped paying attention to the animation being as bad as it was, and I just got drawn into who the hell is the Ripper, and Batman's story and his struggle with, should I keep doing this or not, and then Selina. And all these different characters were just wonderful enough that I could forgive everything else. So
Alright, cool. And in case you guys were wondering why you keep hearing this sound effect, it's because we are sipping on some Angostura LD. They are the official sponsors of the podcast.
But it's tasty.
Podcast must have a sponsor. I mean, Angostura, we sponsor. Yes.
Okay, so now that you've said that, I feel comfortable doing this.
Now we're talking about it.
We're gonna do it.
Remember the way that got moved?
Oh, yeah. Pepsi, KFC.
But LB tastes pretty good, just super seer.
Do you have a rating scheme, by the way? Because it does.
I would go about 7 out of 10.
Alright.
Reason.
Okay, seems fair.
General consensus.
Alright, so now we're moving to Japan now. And we're going to talk about a live action adaptation that we all asked for. We all did. Fullmetal Alchemist.
What you wish for.
Just like it.
So before we get into the movie, my little history with Fullmetal Alchemist is pretty funny, right? So I never read the manga before. I really have this habit of more going towards the anime because I mean it's animation and you're just getting these 22-minute long episodes. So why run through a full manga and then feel disappointed at the end when you can just watch a full season and then decide whether you want to see the rest or not? But anyway, so I started watching the original Fullmetal Alchemist anime, right? And then I was reading up online and then I heard about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Right.
I was like, wait, Brotherhood? What is this? And then I look at the animation and I said, but wait now, but I went in 12 episodes of Fullmetal Alchemist, the original one.
Yeah.
And Brotherhood just passed through that in like 3 episodes. Like, what the hell am I watching the original one for? And I just jumped into Brotherhood there.
So
and I think it was like 49 episodes. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. And
Well, you're better than me. I actually thought Brotherhood was the sequel series. So I watched the entire thing, and then after I started to watch Brotherhood, I was like, but wait, why are they back here?
It's
And
what
then
they
I
did
look
with
at
Helsing when they came out with
Super-
Helsing Ultimate, and then you had
Super-
the
that's
same
a perfect
thing.
example.
Yeah.
So super controversial opinion. I kind of prefer Fullmetal Alchemist to Brotherhood. Yeah.
I'm just like 3 seasons and I'm already preferring Brotherhood.
Brother's awesome. The animation.
No, I'm
I-
with these guys.
It doesn't really
Brotherhood
quite.
is like-
Right, I can't remember
Yeah.
it that much, unfortunately. But I just
Yeah.
remember really enjoying watching.
Anyway,
Brotherhood.
I did not. I'm the only one here that did not watch this live action movie. So you guys, three audience, since all your Brotherhood loyalists.
Not so much. Well,
Since all you talk about it, but yeah, I'll just be commenting on just the general failure of these live action Japanese anime movies. Like it's just a bunch of like just goddamn LZ taken right now. Wait, how much is now? Well, okay, so again, another controversial opinion. I just generally don't like Rurouni Kenshin live action films. But I'll explain why.
I do.
I'll explain why. But yeah, all the others like a big failure. Death Note was a mess.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh god.
Tokyo Ghoul was a mess.
How? It was bad. Like
It was bad.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan. was a mess.
I haven't. You saw Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I saw both of
didn't
them.
see it.
They made two, and it was
Yeah.
two of them
And
was
I'm
bad.
not a hardcore Tokyo Ghoul fan to begin with, so
Yeah.
the live action was just worse.
And I'll say what it is that we'll talk about. But I'm just gonna mention like why it is that these fail because they just don't seem to get
Yeah.
highfalutin film term mise en scène. Where to put it, where to put that camera, where to do these things. Like okay, in the 3 Rurouni Kenshin movies, I don't think I remember seeing one shot where you get to see the camera under Kenshin swiping his sword and the bad guy floating in the air above him. That is his shot.
No, that was
That's
like a
a
medium shot.
classic
Actually.
shot.
I think it was with him fighting Shishi in the last one. You got like a medium shot, and then he was up in the air. And he
Yeah, and he falls. And it's like,
That's-
you only miss the point of why this is work. You have the camera moving about, and that is why you need to have like close-up shots of feet.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's anime style.
That's anime.
Yeah.
Listen.
No, sorry, not
Look.
anime. That's more Jidaigeki.
Exactly.
Samurai stuff.
And the reason why anime does work is that it's generally style over substance. Yes, anime has substance, I'm not denying that. But why anime sell? Why Death Note works is because you're seeing this pen moving at high velocity across a page at supersonic speeds. Right? At supersonic speeds, and then they'll cut and then do this. That is why it works. You could dismiss that and find it's too much style over substance.
Yeah.
That is why
I
it sell.
think the term you're looking for is kinetic. The
Exactly.
visuals are much
The
more
movement, yeah.
kinetic. It's
And they
much
have to do
more.
that. That is why these
erratic.
stories work. Look, even stuff that people consider trash, and I'm gonna sell out my bad opinions. Like I happen to really like Naruto and Bleach, these mainstream things. And look, you could call
Oh, you
them
mean
trash.
anime? Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
anime.
I like them.
You consider them trash, but the reason why they work is because they know how to tell a good damn story from a visual standpoint.
Yeah.
For the most part, some episodes are pretty terrible, but
Yeah.
for the most part, they know their angles. They know, and these live action movies just totally miss the point of how to get these things right. I don't know why they can't get them cameras in the right place.
But I'm wondering, is it even possible to capture that energy that
Yes.
you find in anime
Definitely.
in live action?
It is. You know why? Here's why I think so. Is because Zack Snyder exists. No, say what I want about Zack Snyder. I would say he's a truly terrible writer because he did Out of Goal and he wrote that, and that was actually okay.
Well, that owl movie that people forgot about, but which was actually pretty good
He
though.
also wrote Sucker Punch.
Right, but he
But he brought 300 to life.
But the thing
Yes,
is,
he
the man,
And Watchmen.
the man know how to frame a shot.
That's
And
true.
you
Like
need-
look at the intro. Look at that opening montage to
For
Watchmen.
Watchmen,
That
yeah.
framing of those
Exactly.
shots
No,
alone.
beautiful movie.
And
Yeah.
he knows how to frame a shot. You can't deny that. They just need an equivalent of that. It's shocking that Japan has such a history with anime and such a history with film,
Of course.
right? Kurosawa. I mean, the same country that has Ozu.
And Kurosawa people.
You're not getting these stuff. I mean, and that's just them. Let me say the big names. Like,
Yeah.
they just have a whole strong history of film, and for some reason, these new people, it just feels like this crap, like a farm film with way too much budget. And it's like,
Yeah.
they can't sit down and make this work, Jump, Shonen Jump, or whoever in charge in Shonen Jump right now, just find the talent. I don't know why they can't find the talent, but seriously, they need to find the talent. And it's shocking how bad these movies are. So,
But maybe it
with
really
that,
is a financial issue.
but that's the thing.
Maybe they
It-
don't
no,
wanna
but that's the
pay
thing.
what it would cost
The
to
CG
hire.
looks okay. So it's not like it has nothing to do with the cost of anything. It clearly has a budget. Stuff looks good. The costuming, for the most part, yes, it still looks cosplayish, but it still looks okay, and it's reasonably well lit. Even though I don't like this even lightning stuff, but whatever. But anyway, you guys talk about it. That's just my my spill.
No, good.
And I know I have the more popular opinions, but
yeah.
that is how I just feel about these movies. That is why I can't get into them, because they missed the point. They totally missed the point of why anime worked.
Well, speaking of missed the point, moving back to the movie, I think this movie completely missed the point of Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yes.
But
here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did enjoy Brotherhood, but that was like years ago. So I just know the basics of the story.
Yeah.
Like I know the two main characters, Ed and Al. I know the situation that they were in. But I literally had to kind of remind myself, okay, this is what the story was really about. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I saw Brotherhood years ago, I was just trying to remember what happened, like what the real premise is about and who this character is and whatnot. I can't really do the synopsis. So, Julien, well, I know you're watching Fullmetal Alchemist at the moment. Well, Brotherhood, I think it is. So, can you just do a quick run through of what the premise is about? What is Fullmetal Alchemist about?
Sure. Fullmetal Alchemist, it's set, I guess I would call it like an alternate world where you have something called alchemy, where they transmute objects into other objects. Hence the alchemist in it. And it's centered on two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric, and they're both alchemists. What happened? They were young and their mother died, and they tried to bring her back to life through alchemy. Yeah. And what happened? Edward, the main brother, the blonde one with the long hair, he lost his arm and his leg in that whole incident, and his brother lost his whole body. So Edward transferred his soul into a suit of armor. Yeah. So he's a soul inside an empty suit of armor.
He's a Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Well, no, a running joke in it is that they assume that Alphonse, who's in the armor, is the Fullmetal Alchemist. And he's like, no, Edward is like me, and he just has like a metal arm and a metal leg. He's like, no, I'm the Fullmetal Alchemist. That's why they always make fun of him being short. That's a running joke. So, and in the film version, I think it's about 2 or 3 arcs of the series that they try to deal with, where they're fighting these creatures called homunculi, which are artificial humans with, I guess they call it kind of superpowers. So that's like the main thing in this film. The Elric brothers, what's his name? Edward is a state alchemist, so he works with the military, and he has his military allies, and they're fighting the homunculi, and evil alchemists as well too.
You could also say that Ed and Al are searching for the Philosopher's Stone,
because
they believe that can bring their mother back to life. That could give them back their bodies.
So get back his arm and leg and get back Al's body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So great synopsis here. Now I have a question, right? If you were to tell somebody that same synopsis, that same premise to somebody, right? And they hear that, it's like, oh my god, this sounds like so awesome, like I need to see this movie. I need to understand Fullmetal Alchemist, and they see this show. They're gonna walk out of this thing disappointed, and they probably wouldn't even care towards the anime.
They'll never take another recommendation from you again.
Ever.
This is how disappointed.
Not even for like spicy over original chicken.
This is how disappointed this movie was. Now I'll just get to positives, because there are a few positives, right? Cinematography. It's well shot, well lit. Have some nice establishing shots and whatnot. You do get the idea of, okay, well, it's not so much a European city, but they kind of make it out like, okay, well, it could be in Europe, but it's just all Japanese people.
It's like a Euro-Japan.
It kind of took me out of it at first, but then again, I was telling myself, well, you know what, well, that's how that's how the manga and the anime is, so I let that slide. Performances were okay, not great, okay. The lead who plays Edward, I thought that he was alright. He tried, and I was surprised that he could actually do emotional scenes alright, not great. They had moments when they had him crying and screaming, those kind of cliche Japanese moments.
But that is very anime though, He's shouting and screaming.
But he make it believable enough that it didn't come off too whiny, right?
Too cheesy,
The guy who voiced the guy who voiced Alphonse, I thought that he was pretty good as well. He brought a lot of sympathy to his role. The girl who plays Winry, though, on the other hand,
she was my standout, I thought.
Me
personally. I see a cringe, but honestly, when she came on, I saw Winry from the series, so I felt like she definitely was her character, so to speak,
I would agree. She brought some energy to the performance, even though there was some times where there was trying to have her do the anime stuff where she has to shout, I was like, that's not how human
Like the
stop.
introduction when she
Like-
first came around the corner.
Yeah, or like when they would see the train and then she look outside like,
It does not work in
you
like
don't
that.
do that in real life. Come
Yeah.
on,
I think
don't do
that's
that.
bad writing, not so much the actress, but bad
Okay,
writing.
But she did have an emotional moment where, well, spoiler alert, when Edward and Alphonse were fighting.
Yes.
And that fight was
That-
pretty
that-
good. Like,
I
I thought it was
remember
a plate
that.
of real cheesy.
Yeah.
But I like the moment where Alphonse was saying, "You're hurting me yet." You know, like that line
Yeah,
alone.
and
I
he
was
tells
like,
him, no,
"Oh,
you don't
okay."
feel pain. And he says, no.
Yeah, no, you're really
this
hurting
hurts,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
felt that moment. The villains, well, okay, I really like Lust because she just looked.
Let's look
Yeah,
at
I mean,
that.
Lust looked like a
Lusty.
rule. Envy, we didn't really give him that much to do, and Gluttony.
So it wasn't him, right?
I'm assuming it's a guy.
I
Yeah.
was a little confused.
Even
by the
watching
funny.
the
It happens when I'm
show.
watching anime too, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
It's okay.
And Gluttony, I would say face-wise, he looked the part, but
That CG
the
with
CG
his-
that they do with
oh
him
my
just
God.
make it look real off. Is like
Right.
I can't buy
Nobody
into you
cosplay.
as some kind of real person I should be fearful of. The other side characters, I thought, well, actor-wise were good. I mean, the costume design also was good as well. And the music for the most part was decent. It was triumphant at times. It was sad at times. So yeah, on to the bad now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad.
Yeah.
That writing, boy. That writing.
So okay, so they did have the same problem that the American Death Note have, which is you squash too much material in a short period of time.
No,
Actually,
here's the thing.
actually,
So,
they
this-
pull off the timing of the material. I thought, well,
Okay,
it's
Yeah,
just
because this
the
movie is like 2
delivery.
hours and 15 minutes or thereabout.
Okay.
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah.
But there is a moment, I think it's like near the end of the first act and like a majority of the second act where it just drags.
Yeah.
It's just
Yes,
like this one scene with Ed and Alphonse going to this guy's house and like he actually to be a major player in this film.
Right.
And then it's with him and his daughter, and then him trying some alchemy stuff
I'm
too,
glad
and
you
just
brought that up.
dragged on.
Because for me, you know, in a series as long as Fullmetal Alchemist, I remember that moment. I remember that character. I remember what he did, and I remember the emotional impact it had on me.
Right.
The way that scene played out.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Nice.
Because we're going into spoiler territory, we can talk.
Yeah, well, I guess you
Basically-
could. I mean, because it's in the anime,
Yeah,
folks, so.
basically, he's a guy who they thought was a good guy who was using humans in his alchemy,
Right.
and to be even worse, he was using his loved ones.
Yeah.
And he turned his daughter into this kind of dog chimera creature.
Yeah.
Right?
Shout out.
Because he wanted,
CG
he was
for that
basically
though.
lying and saying he created a creature. What it is?
A talking kind
A
of.
chimera,
talking
talking chimera.
but it could speak because he was using humans.
Right.
Right? And it was really, but in the anime, that is such a gut-wrenching scene
Right.
that it could bring you to tears.
Yeah.
I felt nothing.
Yeah, in
watching
the anime,
this
I was
series.
just looking at the dog thing. I was
I
like,
felt
I'm supposed to
nothing
feel
here.
something
Yes.
here, but it's like, no.
Because
I'm
Fullmetal
not.
is very emotional.
Right.
It's like the
Yes.
entire series, that whole thing with those two brothers, their connection. You want them to win. And when they suffer, you suffer. There's none of that in this movie. The scenes are playing out, but I'm not feeling anything. I'm not connecting with anything emotionally, and that was my biggest issue with this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, well, a couple more issues I had. Also, too, and this is just because I just enjoyed Brotherhood so much, the lack of action.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, there was right, so after the titles and stuff, there's like the little chasey with Ed and some other dude.
I mean, like, yeah, actually.
Like I like how bright it was. It felt like adventurous now, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But I know it's gonna get dark soon enough. But I was looking at the time. I was wondering, okay, when is this gonna pick up? When are we gonna get the action here? It's a
Yeah.
live action anime, yes, but still people go into Fullmetal Alchemist expecting some sort of action, right? So I had to wait till near the end of the second act where the homunculi reveal the plan and whatnot to get action, right? We do all those stuff. Like I had to wait long, and then the final sequence, there were some good moments in it, I would admit, but then it had some really god awful stuff, especially. And now we get to the third part now. Now we gotta get to the third part, the CG.
Right.
Oh. Yeah.
No,
My second
here's
biggest
the thing
issue.
with the CG, right? It felt to me like a season of a CW superhero series,
Right.
where you start off with real shitty CG, and then nearing the end, you give me a couple of great moments. It's like, oh, okay, so all it was holding back the budget.
Yeah, it's way out of
to give me this
spending,
stuff.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
and then you give us some more shitty shots,
Okay.
and then they just it's like a back and forth thing, especially in that third act. I was like,
Okay.
I want to enjoy the scene so much, but you give us some good stuff, and some more. It was just real all over the place. But the opening sequence though, the opening action sequence, I would say, that CG was not that awe-inspiring or amazing to me at all. It was just basic bargain basement CG in my opinion.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'll jump in. My biggest problem with the movie, and you kind of hinted at it as well too, is the pacing. The pacing of the movie is awful. It starts off hot and sweaty, the action scene, and then the movie drags, and then you have like a little action and it drags, and you have some action at the end, and some of the action is good, and then you have that awful zombie army thing, which I haven't finished Brotherhood. I don't think that's in Brotherhood. I feel like somebody
I don't remember if it
there.
was.
It is, but it doesn't. Not in that same part. Yeah, it didn't look like that. And you're talking about action, and Ricardo was mentioning the scene with he hits Mitsurugi from Kitchen.
Yeah.
One of the best known moves of Edward is him transmuting his arm into a blade. He never does it in the entire movie.
I forgot about that. Wow.
He never did it once in the movie, and I'm just waiting. And if you check it out, this movie is called Fullmetal Alchemist, but you rarely get to see Edward doing action.
Yes,
and they're both
and it pushed more the other character. And the thing is, as someone was saying, they actually do follow plot lines well from the anime, but the thing is, those are separate episodes.
Right.
When you try to stitch those together and you don't have a focus, I was like, this is called Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and there's not a focus on the brothers.
I know.
Yes, and their relationship is the core of the series, and you get hints of that, but you don't get enough of that.
Because we get one strong moment, which is what Matthew said,
Fight.
the fight.
Yeah. Right.
And it is emotional. You do feel it in that moment with all three characters. And then that's it. And then again, show don't tell.
Yeah.
They tell us how much Ed loves Al. They tell us they're good brothers, that they're close.
Like immediately after the fight, it's like, I will get your body back.
Yeah.
You just beat the shit out of this guy. It's like, I'm gonna get your body back.
Winry is her name? Winry?
Yeah, Winry.
Winry. It's like, when he talks about you when we're together and you don't know how much he loves you and how much, let's see that.
I really felt they could have developed Winry and Ed's relationship.
Yes.
Okay, no, there's more to it than this sort of pseudo brother-sister thing. There's more to it than that.
Okay.
But for me though, the biggest issue I had with this show, boy, is the style of it, the tone of it, I should say.
Yeah.
I was watching this thing, especially in the quiet moments, I should say, the non-action scenes, and I was telling myself, is this some kind of Japanese soap opera I'm watching here? Why does it feel like a TV show?
Yeah.
It has this TV show kind of feel, it's so brightly lit.
Even like
the acting, it just has this kind of soap opera-ish kind of vibe now. So myself, but this was not how the anime was. Now I understand it's live action. You're trying to, make it ground in reality, which is your big issue with these live action anime.
Why are you trying to ground the anime? Depending on the story, you don't need
it just feels
to.
like it's stopping the
Absolutely
show
don't
to
need
do that. Like case in point, there's one scene with one of the alchemists, and it's Ed and Alphonse, and they have a dinner with them, and it's just like this 2-3 minute scene. It's like, hey, here's my sorry, he didn't have a child. With Hughes, General Hughes. It's like, my wife's gonna have a baby, and there's all that kind of stuff. But like, this is soap opera shit. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you brought that up, because to me, my third worst thing with this movie is the waste of the side characters, like the Colonel, the fire alchemist guy.
They could have done so much more with Roy.
That is such an important character.
Right.
That it's like he felt wasted. He was just there. He gave us some fire. That's about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he plays such an important part in Ed really becoming a great alchemist, because he's his support in the series, if I'm remembering correctly. In the military, kind of guiding him in a way.
These movies really feel like what video game movies felt like in
Oh my god. When they just lose the point.
They just totally miss the point. But like some things get it right, but on average all of them kind of bad, and then they might get a couple movies right, kind of. So you'll have Dead or Alive, which is like Complete Mess, or Blood Rain or something like that.
Oh my god!
And I know he's like a bad example. I forget.
Uwe Boll.
Uwe Boll.
Legendary Uwe Boll.
But then you have the first Mortal Kombat, which was a mess.
I love
But it's just such a guilty pleasure.
And then you have something like it was supposed to fight.
Yeah, and then you have the first exactly. You have the first one talking about. Oh, you have something like which movie in retrospect is like this wasn't so bad, which is the Tomb Raider, the Angelina Jolie one.
Yeah, actually, I don't really have any.
I don't mind that one. The second movie sucked.
That aged well, but
right. And so I was thinking like none of these movies like that. Okay. Look, I don't like the Rurouni Kenshin movies, but at least they get some of it right for the most part. But this. And then, so again, big sellout. I know it was a bad opinion because at the time it was a great anime and manga, which is Bleach.
Yes.
Right? In my opinion, Bleach could have been a masterpiece if it did. Now, I know it have a lot of behind the scenes shenanigans that went down, but the first two arcs of Bleach are, in my opinion, like narrative storytelling masterpieces. When they hit you that big twist.
When it go into Soul Society with the first time.
Yes, Soul Society, the arc and the first arc. And I was like,
when you just see all them that got, Shinigami.
Shinigami. And when, you're thinking, you're going to do typical shonen manga stuff, and then they hit this epic.
So like one episode.
Alright. Here's the thing. I recommend watching the anime up to about episode 65.
I got overwhelmed when I realized how many episodes.
No, right.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Watch up until episode 60 or so. I'll say episode 65 or so, and then decide how you feel about the series. Listen, it's a series that have a big twist, and once you hear something, the twist will be sold out. But if you don't know what you're doing going into it, it's one of the best goddamn twists ever in my opinion.
Okay.
Because it totally catches you, and then with good storytelling, it's not the twist, but when they explain what goes down after the fact.
Yeah.
That was such a brilliant world building sequence. It's like about 2 or 3 episodes. It's so well done in my opinion, and it reveals one of the best antagonists anime ever put forward in my opinion. Yeah, he's like a goddamn. That character is a goddamn nightmare. That character is a goddamn nightmare. But then they kind of F it up after the fact.
All them fillers, but
there's fillers. But the manga itself, the core story. But now we get it's not the next live action movie.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes,
I
and this thing,
saw a picture for it.
I actually watched the trailer for it after Fullmetal Alchemist. Well, watching the movie now because I had the tab up on in my browser, and I watched it. And yes, another Warner Brothers release. I see this is a new trend with Warner Brothers now. They're doing this whole Japanese kind of crossover thing now.
They're just buying the rights to show it in the US, right? That's what they're doing, or they are actually funding the making of these movies.
I don't know, to be honest. I'm not too sure. Okay. I know Square Enix was involved with this show here.
Okay.
But I don't know what Warner really
does.
That's
another thing because another franchise that to me got some of it right, even though you could say storytelling wise. I thought that's a direction they could have gone. The Final Fantasy material.
I kind of didn't like Spirits Within though.
Right, now Spirits Within was kind of dry, but look, I'm not a Final Fantasy nerd. I barely remember anything.
I love 7.
I know 7. I know 3.
And that music though.
Yes, the visuals are what.
Right, but then I remember Advent Children being just so goddamn awesome.
It was great.
And I was like, okay, look, I don't know about anything with Final Fantasy. I know it have a certain nerds who hated it. But that was pretty goddamn awesome for me. I was like, why you can't do this with these movies? You can have a CG version of this movie, and you get all this action and badassery. Great. That's what I
really like about Adventure Endo is that it throws you into the story. Right. It gives you just like a little glimpse of who these characters are, but you had to go with some knowledge of who Cloud is and who these characters are. So you don't stop and tell you Cloud is this guy, Severin is this guy, whatever it is. Like with a live action thing, you had to give like a whole hour to explain what's going on here and this and make us believe this world, and then you'll get into
what's suspect with this is they kind of suffer from that same problem. That again, another animation, video game, and another translation material stuff. The Warcraft movies, right? That Warcraft movie again, that movie break my heart.
Wanted to love it, but
it break my heart. But again,
that was a manual.
That whole
want to learn more about Warcraft, want to play Warcraft, or read this manual first.
Yeah, and to me it was like, no, this should have been 10 minutes, and then you start troll story. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The last win for me was Castlevania. I thought
I thought was not. That was actually pretty damn good. And it's a shame that I couldn't get more funding because it was 2-3 episodes they do, and then
but we get into season 2, so that's good.
I hope it comes out very soon.
And it did really well in terms of viewership on Netflix. So that they should throw more money on it now.
That's why I studied, and I was like, but this was actually well done. Like they get the material, they make it work. They had it paced out well. The action was good, animation pretty solid, and and it took its time to. And when I see 4 episodes, I was like, wait, that kind of break my heart. So they gain nothing else. But I heard right. Again,
It's like a trial or something.
Well,
Yeah, but as you guys mentioned, Netflix. This is like the most amazing thing about this show, though. It's like I knew we were going to. It was coming out. This movie, Fullmetal Alchemist, and then Netflix dropped it last week. I was like, wait, just so out of the blue.
Netflix has been doing that. The thing with Netflix, I think they're insane. They don't market things properly.
For better focus.
Right, because look at this Cloverfield Paradox.
Right, that was no
They
budget.
paid
Terrible
$50 million for it. It got really bad reviews.
That's our first.
Nobody knew it was coming. It dropped during the Super Bowl of all things.
And how much money
Who's
they spend
in
on?
control of this marketing scheme?
Just
And
random.
that's insane.
And it's a shame because if the movie was good, that would be a big hype thing.
But
Like,
apparently
get
they
your
got
car.
like something like 5-point-something million views in the first 2-3 days it was
That's the
up.
problem. It's a scam.
Yeah.
It's come across like a damn scam.
Yeah.
And like if it's utterly shocking how they couldn't hire somebody to punch up that script
Yeah.
because it had a bunch of great ideas.
And it
Right,
has
right.
a lot of retouches to it already because it was not, as I say, it's not a Cloverfield script. They write
They shoehorned in the Cloverfield stuff.
I think Netflix have more money than they know what to do with.
Right.
Because
I know,
they
right?
seem to make
Yes.
some very weird decisions when it comes to these sort
But
of
they get some calls right. Like they get
Yes.
what they did Mudbound.
Yeah.
That's great. Which is you want to eat yourself in Africa.
Beast of
Beast of
No
No
Nation.
Nation.
Yeah, it's like
no, they have some solid original
what
programming.
going on here?
But this
But
is
then
marketing
the
you're talking
stuff
about.
they buy,
Yeah.
they don't market, they just
Yeah.
drop. Hey, guess what? Fullmetal Alchemist tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wait, what? It's like
Yeah.
I didn't know it was coming. I didn't prepare. I don't know
Yeah.
anything.
I don't know, like when I saw a Netflix original film, I just rolled my eyes, right? And then they had the Warner Brothers logo, I was like, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on,
they just put Netflix
clearly
original
they just
on
slapped the
everything.
name on it.
No, because
Yeah.
and well, we'll cut to Black Panther soon. I just wanted because I worried about this pattern because to me Netflix is the real savior of the film industry in a sense, in my opinion, as in where you need a disruptor, you need something like Netflix. Like I admit, pound for pound, quality wise, Amazon is better. But Amazon is still Amazon. Like it's still a big giant corporation that can easily subvert everything that you're trying to do creatively. Even though Amazon quality wise, show wise is better on average, in my opinion.
Okay.
In my opinion, it's not as viral as Netflix, but it's still really, really good material. But I worry that Netflix might become what you call it, straight to Netflix is equivalent to straight to DVD.
Well,
Oh.
that's
I'm
the
very
thing,
fucking worried about that.
That's the thing because now on one side you hear directors like the director of this movie Aksha, is that I pronounced
You're right.
that correctly?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, he was saying that, and he and other directors have said Netflix gives you a freedom of creation that nobody else does, right? They just say, here's money, do your movie, do whatever, we don't care, right? And they release it for you. So there's a freedom there that bigger studios are not going to give you.
That's so okay.
Right?
Kind of conspiracy. Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead,
but
go ahead.
on the other hand of that, you have like, for instance, Christopher Nolan has gone on record as saying he hates things like Netflix.
Right.
Yeah, it
That
can prevent people from going to the theater.
Right, because Netflix whole thing is you don't have to go cinema to see a good movie.
Yeah.
Which I agree because, but the thing is, I personally will go cinema to see what I'm going to see.
Thank you.
Netflix is not going to stop
I
me
really
from
hate
doing
because
that.
that's my problem with this is that again kind of borderline conspiracy stuff, but it just seems to have a lot of gatekeeping seems to be the source of all of this. Like look, I like Nolan to death, but like it's a complete false icon to be putting forward. And it's the same nonsense with film versus digital.
Agreed.
Like, dude, you can still make the thing. You don't have to. It not you putting out your stuff, not undermining this. This is not a zero-sum competition.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what's going on here now. But whatever.
Yeah. You can't tell me Netflix will stop people. Let me put it this way. If Black Panther had opened on Netflix,
Right.
I was still
Go
going
theater,
to go
thank
to
you.
cinema to see it.
Right.
Whether I have a Netflix account or not.
Yeah.
Right, but back now to Alchemist. So in closing, this is it's not as terrible, god awful as Netflix's Death Note was from last year.
Okay.
But this was just a wasted effort. It felt way too much like some kind of Japanese drama than an actual anime film or live action adaptation. And once again, like if you just hear the premise of this story, it's a great premise. You're gonna go into this thing expecting it to be wild, expecting to be entertained, and I didn't get that. I just get a bunch of dramas that are talking subplots that just kind of went here or there, but didn't really add up to anything. Especially, like with the exception of the whole twist with the Philosopher's Stone, that's one thing. But then that it was just like, and then once again, that CG was just all over the place. It wasn't too sure. like some moments it was good, some moments it just kind of sucked, but it's at the end of the day, it's just something that they really try. You can tell they try, but it's just that they just didn't pick up or realize what the whole point of this anime was about. They just really dropped the ball with this one. So, I don't know. For me, I would give this a decent 2.5 out of 5. Go see it if you want to see it.
Okay.
I mean, if you're a fan, if you don't care, watch it.
Much
But
higher than expected.
no, well, because there are some good things, technical stuff, right, and the acting for the most part. But still, I don't know. Like you had to be like real defensive about this to really like it, especially if you're a die-hard Fullmetal Alchemist fan. But trust me, if you are one, or if you never heard of it before, then you're just gonna watch this and be like, nah, this is not what I wanted. This is garbage.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say 2 out of 5. I think for fans of the anime, they'll be severely disappointed.
Yeah.
And I think for just people who have never seen the anime, go watch the anime. You know, it's a whole lot of wasted potential of a spectacular franchise, and they set it up to look like they're going to do a sequel. You all don't deserve a sequel.
No.
Okay. You don't.
Oh, by the way, that post-end credit scene, waste of time. Skip it. Skip
I
it.
didn't even realize. I didn't watch
No, there was one. There's one. Trust me, there's none. There's none.
Yeah, miss nothing.
I think where this movie really fails is in the fact that it focused on the wrong thing, like my comrades here are saying, and what it focused on was going for style over substance, and Fullmetal Alchemist is both.
Yeah.
The substance is definitely there. It's a big part of it. So to say you're just gonna forget that, maybe sprinkle a little bit of substance, and then try to go all style with your crappy CGI, you fail. So 4 out of 10.
Okay.
Alright, seems fair. Alright, now for the moments you guys have been waiting for, right? So now we getting clear of you know DC and anime and all them. Now we're gonna get into the Kings, boy.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah.
And now they unleashing the king now to the world here.
Is this their first for the year? This is their first.
This is
big
the
one?
first for the year.
Yes.
First of the games.
Yes. King T'Challa himself.
Right.
Black Panther.
Oh boy.
Welcome to Wakanda.
So,
But I kind of just wanted to play la-di-da-di-da.
I have a double phone in it, but anyway.
Yeah, so they introduced this character in Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
And he's pretty goddamn awesome in that
Yes, he
movie.
was.
Awesome introduction.
It's great.
That chase scene with him and Captain America and Bucky
great fight in
is
the
just
airport.
awesomeness.
And then he himself had a pretty solid arc on his own. So
Yeah,
when they finalized everything that went down with Baron Zemo, I was like, okay, this is excellent, dude. Like, and then I was kind of shocked because like, wait, they basically do his origin story in this movie.
In Civil War,
What
yes.
are we gonna get when his movie comes out?
Yeah.
That was the question. But before we get into the actual movie itself, we gotta talk about just the cultural phenomenon of this movie. Well, if you want to call it that, but this is we can't speak for the United States. I mean, it's Black History Month. Well, it's almost done. Sorry.
Yeah.
But down here in Trinidad, though, just the hype surrounding the film and just reaction to it, though, was really amazing.
Yeah, right. So I don't pay too much attention to these things, but for this I did, and there is a big impact on the Pan-Africanism of the film. Right, film behind the scenes is Pan-African. There's people from Africa in it. There's 5 people from the Caribbean in this movie, and then Coogler himself went out of his way to look for these people in terms of the look of how to color and shoot dark skin, which is always a big classic problem in Hollywood. And then they got I think it's the same cinematographer from Mudbound.
Oh, really?
If I remember correctly, you could go look that up, but I think it's her. And she was nominated, I think.
You are right, actually. Rachel Morrison. Okay.
Not
a
about
yes.
Your points there.
Right. And
she also worked on director Ryan Coogler's first film, first feature film, Fullmetal Station.
Right. And I just want to talk about Coogler himself. Like, holy shit, what not to say about this dude. No, I like Fullmetal Station, really like it. But you really got the sense of being the ascended film student stuff. If I understand, he came straight out to do the film. I think it was part of his final year project.
Oh wow! Okay.
Something like that. No, here's the part that makes this guy really impress me. Like, what kind of balls you gotta have to come to Sly and say, I have a Rocky sequel? Think about that shit for a second. And he's completely subverted one of the silliest Rocky movies into something, when you actually think about it, especially from a black perspective, really, really works because that Rocky movie was basically a big Cold War movie, Ronald Reagan era. And say, all right, what if you take it and just say, all right, let's subvert this material and make it about the Ronald Reagan era for a lot of black people. When it comes to crack, a lot of lost children in the system, and a lot of goddamn tragedy, character building. Right? Yeah. It just gave us this amazing Rocky movie.
Yeah, Creed.
Right.
Love that film. Love that film.
And for me, it was like, wait. By the way, personally, it is my favorite montage in all of the Rocky franchise. Personally, that montage sequence with
when he's training and you hear that Meek Mill song. I love that.
Right. No, the Rocky Four, but the Rocky Four is so silly. But
that's like ultimate 80. That's the ultimate 80. I love that.
Karate Kid for me are the ultimate 80s montage training sequences.
But I don't know, it just did such a good job with just building this character up. It made the world work. And it's just solid, damn good filmmaking all over.
And I'll actually confess something here about Creed, that when they reach that 12th round and Bill Conti's music comes on, Waterworks,
Yeah, it was
really
well. And it outshone another movie that I had a big problem with. This was Southpaw. A huge problem with Southpaw. A lot of it was terrible and didn't make any sense.
Phenomenal.
It didn't work.
Yeah,
that movie just did not work.
I like Southpaw,
okay, we'll talk after why Southpaw didn't work. I'll tell you, it's just one really big reason, but that one reason breaks the movie for me completely. But I don't know, I just really like Tessa Thompson was in Creed. She was great. By the way, she goes into the MCU as another character which was great as well. Called Thor Ragnarok. And then, just leading into Black Panther. Now, again, Black Panther was a movie. Given MCU's track record and Disney's track record right now of being, pretty progressive for the most part. And progressive in a really good way and largely healthy way. Now, we could complain about big giant corporations swallowing the world, but they've been doing some good stuff. And alright, if you're gonna have a Black Panther, you're gonna have to have a black director and a lot of black behind the scenes thing.
Of course.
My original choice in my head originally was supposed to be Justin Simeon.
Easy director.
Director of Dear White People.
Oh!
He was my original call. It's like, okay, he could do it. And it's like, but when you think about it, he don't really have that many movies under his belt. And then, another person who I wouldn't have minded if she did it, Ava DuVernay. She was another early call in my head. But then
Wasn't she considered at one point?
She was considered at one point. She is doing work with Disney anyway. So I was like, oh, she done there on the lot.
Right.
And then Creed came out. I was like, all right, this guy has to do it because Creed was such an emotional impact for me. Not only Creed's character, but Sly.
Oh my
gosh! That was holy shit.
He should have won Best Supporting Actor. Yeah. Why didn't he?
Who won over him? It was Mark Rylance, right?
Yeah, from Bridge of Spies.
Okay, Mark Rylance.
Character.
I can't be mad.
He was great, but still, it's still low.
Right.
So
for me, that's from a filmmaking standpoint. This kid, I say kid, because he's
31.
He's my age. I was like, this is like, holy crap, what a great meteoric rise. I can't be mad at this dude. I can't say I'm jealous or not. Because at no point it looks as if he didn't earn it.
Yeah.
At no point you get the sense that, you're no talent when you see it.
Man's born to do this shit.
Yeah, the man has a fantastic. Look, this a little far-fetched to say this. Much like how I was feeling a little off by calling the director of Moonlight, comparing him to Ozu. This is feel like an early Spielberg. This feel like what Spielberg was when shit was going down and he was really putting his name on the map for the first time.
Yeah.
I am really excited for what this guy has for the future in terms of his personal projects. From what I understand, he's going to be doing stuff like Mansa Musa and a lot of like great black story stuff to tell that story. Just make it epic as hell. Just make sure the project don't go. Because projects just go alright for the dumbest reasons. Yeah. But with the case of Black Panther, this goes well. I really like this movie.
Before we get to reviews, now I like what you said there about Ryan Coogler, because that's one thing that I can't fault the movie for. This is like gonna inspire a lot of people. Whether it's the characters in the film, which you'll get into a bit, whether it's the story and just the people behind the scenes, and then of course Ryan Coogler in this at his age being able to helm a big budget Marvel superhero movie, that is inspirational for film students the world over. That you don't want to be held back by your age or by your race or whatnot. You can make great films if you believe in it.
What he knows well is that he knows his audience. But one of the big problems with film is that film has a cloistered culture where them judging you rather than the audience judging you. and he is getting this big back and forth about that. But I understand Ryan Coogler himself got a lot of hype, a lot of shit for his films in thing. He's not good, he's not that talented, but it's mostly BS from a bunch of dudes who they themselves never really make it. And you have to have that trade-off. I always make the joke, if you want to be a philosopher king, you have to be a king first. Make your money first. Then you become this big artist and whatnot. And most times you're not going to pull it off on average, especially in film, especially American film.
Right.
How American film is just so brutal. You don't make back that money in your first weekend. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That's how they just move. Basic. And I don't care how good your movie is. Look, one of my favorite movies for last year, pretty good, but it just flunked out, which was Blade Runner, right?
Yeah.
A
Blade
lot
Runner
of people,
2049. Love that movie.
but it didn't do well.
Yeah.
But Villeneuve as a director already earned himself.
Yeah.
So he can make those failures. One of my favorite movies of last year, this year, but last year, The Phantom Thread. But again, Paul Thomas Anderson is supposed to earn this right.
Yes.
Now, if this movie flopped, that would have been pretty much the end of Coogler, I would argue. And he had to make this work. And he had to make it work and construct it in such a way where it has to make a lot of money. To me, I kind of compare it to Avatar in some ways. Like in terms of how to cater to our 4 quadrants.
Right.
You know, money making, family. It's clearly for kids. It's an MCU film, so it's not like they're going to make this. They're not going to make this kind of like, oh, how to cater to this, that, or the other. No, it's going to make a lot of money.
Right.
Full stop. That's what you have to do. Period. And yeah, we just to get into the movie itself, it does all of that.
Yeah.
It's a total crowd pleaser, but it works in almost every facet that it's set out to do. But we're going to talk about the bad and the good and some of its shortcomings, right?
Yeah. But before, I just really feel as trainees that we just really have to talk about I still want to call it cultural phenomenon just of the movie. Like prior to its release and when it's out, like case in point, the IMAX and the Movietown premieres of this film.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, just
They
how
went all
lavish
out.
it was. They went
Yeah.
all out.
Yeah.
They brought,
Dance,
African
yeah.
groups to perform and sing and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, to dance really. And I guess there was some singing involved, right? But really do, and while I do appreciate it, while I do understand it, and I think it's a great idea, the flip side to it, no. Like for example, this whole idea that people coming in the shikis to watch this film. Like I get that, that's cool. You don't come in just whatever you want to. But in my head, I tell myself like, this is not Emancipation Day, though. This is, and you're not America. This is not Black History Month.
Right.
I'm not saying don't come in with the shikis. I'm saying that. I do understand why you're doing it. I mean, it's about Africa. It's about African people.
Right.
I get that. And one thing about one part of the story that I love though, but I'll talk about it a bit.
Yeah.
Where like there's and just numerous Facebook posts about the movie before it came out. Like one person saying, there's a couple of this run through. One person saying, I really don't give a shit about superhero movies, but there's something about Black Panther. I just have to see it because
okay, so
what's up? Because it's showing black people in a positive light. They're not gangbangers and this and that and negative stereotypes.
Although it's not the
which I'll talk about.
to do that.
Yeah, which I'll talk about
Most
in a bit.
recently you had Hidden Figures.
right.
Yeah.
I know, but there's a political disingenuous, trend going with this. And look, you see it all the time when you see stuff like this happen. The movie is unusual in that sense. Like, look, it's a really big, it's huge. This idea that and I admit that Hollywood does have a racist, background in the sense of, well, look, black movies don't make, and it's that kind of stuff. And it was just kind of, I need to go to my way to prove it. Look, black excellence and whatnot. Look, I agree with all of that. For me, the movie has more deeper strength in terms of like working representation internally. And I'm going to mention this because something involving Sommerleigh's one of her favorite movies. I'm going to mention it. To me, that is where the strength of the film laid into, which is they did cater to that audience. And yes, I do think politically there is I call it the jump in front of the parade audience.
Right.
So, types of people like that.
Right.
I don't want to call them names. I don't think but it's not. It flows within the given narrative about the film.
Yeah.
Whilst within the film, because the films address all the issues. Now, and it have intellectuals, both black and white, that really talking about the film in some important ways because it does tap into that audience, even though it's for kids.
Right.
It taps into legitimate arguments about.
It does. Yeah.
About
there's a lot of depth in the film.
about black diaspora.
Yeah.
Or about
but you're totally right though, because like I don't know, the reason why I keep bringing back up this whole culture phenomenon thing is that I'm fearful now that people have already and will go into this thing and just be like, wow, it's a black person and he's a superhero, but not realize that at the end of the day, one, it's a Marvel movie. Two, it's a Hollywood movie. Three, there's more to it than just black people on screen.
Right.
You know, so people is going in with this kind of weird hype
But
that it's all about black people and black people, but there's more to it than that. And this last thing I'll say before we get to your summer is that, let's throw this out there. Half of them people going to see Black Panther, I bet wouldn't even care to see Infinity War.
Right.
Even though Black Panther has a hopefully integral part to play in that film.
Which we've seen in the trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
for me,
that
with cultural phenomenon, I think timing has a huge part to play in this.
Right.
What is going on in the States right now, in the world, but mostly in the States, because they are the superpower that is represented everywhere you look on television.
Of course, it's all about the States.
And with Trump being the type of man he is,
that's
timing,
another
right?
in my head.
This movie, at this point in time, black people are not feeling the love at all coming from their own quote-unquote country, right? And here is this movie that is telling you, hey, this is what it could have been like. This is what it can still be like, right? And this is what we can be if we stand up and we be more than we are, right? So it's timing, really. And like, you're right to say people are forgetting that it's a Marvel movie, it's a superhero movie, and you have the hardcore comic book fans like myself who are a little bit perturbed by that, you know, because you stand up in cinema like, half these people who come to these kind of movies.
Like the screen I went to, people sitting down behind me, in front of me with the shikis on. They're like, but like, well, I didn't see all day when I went to watch.
But I'll tell you something though, the connection is there because I felt it.
Right.
And my connection came from the fact that there were Caribbean people behind the talent of this. So there was, you can't really blame them because you feel like it's almost like saying, hey, that's my cousin on screen.
Right.
There's a connection that you would not have gotten with Captain America and you would have not have gotten with, Age of Ultron and all these different movies. But we, as comic book fans, we always feel that connection to our superheroes.
Yeah.
But other people just watch the movie like, okay, it was good, whatever. But here now, this movie that you're connecting on an ethnic level,
Very doable,
on a level of a social level, all these different things. So this movie, the timing of this movie and the way it's inspiring people is where you're getting the cultural phenomenon.
As someone was mentioning, because I was at the midnight screening for IMAX. And while watching the movie, Maureen mentioned Winston Duke plays Mbaku in the film. And when he first came on screen, they cheered.
Yes.
And
with me as well.
And when his name came up in the credits at the end, they cheered again. So that connection, that Caribbean connection. And as much as mentioning, Shuri is Guyanese. The Dora Milaje has some Trinidad.
And the end credits, the animated end credits, Tobagonian had a part to play in that.
So it's a part of us. So
and
look, understand the connection.
Disney. We go into about the film. We'll start.
Let's start. Can we start?
We start.
One last point before we start. The thing is that so one of the problems again, it kind of line up with the American presidency and the politics of that. But there's always been a really, in my opinion, very pathological culture of what I call weaponized cynicism in film culture in general. And one of the big things about that is what weaponized cynicism does, just to shut down the argument entirely. Not so much the movie is bad, but because it's this thing that you're now celebrating. Oh, well, it's Disney. Disney's a big corporation, and that makes it a problem. And now I have to dismiss the whole thing. And no, people could derive good memories and good material from that. You know how I know this? They've done it before. How much people cry out Optimus died? When Optimus Prime died back in the days.
Oh, when he Transformers the movie.
Right, so the animated movie. Right. How many people cried with that?
I did.
A lot. No, I could come up to you and say, hey, that was just to sell toys, boy. But that was the purpose of that movie. Right, that was the purpose of it. That's what it was. But doesn't take away or make it. Doesn't make it emotional. And that's the most important part of this. And That's why this movie works. Is that it's designed itself to be such a great crowd pleaser in that sense, and you have a lot of, I'm sure there are a lot of kids that like this shit.
Another good aspect of it is like Netflix, Marvel is giving a kind of freedom to their creators that other studios are not doing, and maybe it's because they can afford to, because they're so big, because they're connected to Disney, so why not?
And that's what it is. I mean, you've seen it with Star Wars, you see it with these kids, and look, if you want to make it a black thing, fine, I suppose, but you're just doing that in general. That's what I see.
Agreed. It's in general.
And it's
just look at Coco.
Perfect example.
But so you could still have it both ways. Why not both? It's both catering to an ethnic particular thing, catering to race, I agree, catering to representation, but at the same time, you have a working product here. This is not just some, it's just this and it's just a Marvel product. Marvel know what they're doing.
They
know what they're doing.
Trust me when I said the next one is going to be female. The next one is going to be Captain Marvel. And that is going to be done, of course, by a woman director, handled in the same exact way.
It was a co-director.
Co-director? Okay. But it's timing.
It's
a hot button.
It's a whole story right itself. Anyway.
So Sommerleigh, if you may, can you give us a little rundown as to what Black Panther is about?
Well, Black Panther is about Prince T'Challa, who is now going to become King T'Challa because his father was killed.
In Civil War?
Yes, in Civil War. And he returns to Wakanda. He's also struggling with what kind of man, what kind of king he wants to be. And while dealing with that, he has an outsider who wants to take the throne from him and actually may have a legitimate claim to that throne. So that's basically Black Panther in a nutshell.
Short and sweet, I love it. Right, so get into the review, right? So I'll just say this right off the bat, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. That's 3 thoroughlies. One thing though, which really makes this film work, because yes, going in, you're gonna have high expectations, and I made sure to have them low enough, not too low, of course. But the reason being is because yes, the hype that was surrounding the film. So I know it's gonna get a solid product because Marvel. I mean, come on, they haven't really given us a dud. In a while. I mean, you could argue for these if Age of Ultron really sucked or if it was just a missed opportunity, but whatever. They haven't really given us a dud. I can still watch Age of Ultron and enjoy it for better for worse, right?
I really don't.
But one thing that they really nailed well enough, and I think if they didn't have this movie would have failed, is the tone.
Yes.
This epic tone. Making it sprawling, making it so grandiose. That is what makes it work though. You have to have it that way. And in my opinion, this is what the first Thor movie wanted to be, but just was too short. Because once again, it's a foreign country with technological advancements. But with the Thor movie, you had to stop and say, hey, we have to come back down to Earth, because we have to tell people, hey, well, this is S.H.I.E.L.D. and this is Hawkeye. We have to tie this into Iron Man 2 and the Avengers Initiative and all that kind of jazz. Instead of telling us, this is what's going on in Asgard. This is why we should care about Loki and Odin and these characters. With this movie here, you got a chance to see everyone. You got to understand their relationships, especially with T'Challa's family, his sister, his mother, everyone around him. And it gives us just enough time for you to understand these characters and their motivations without having to stop and say, okay, well, this is going to eventually lead to Infinity War, and this is what happened there. They do it a few times, actually, where you saw the flashback, and they do that so expertly well with the sort of dream sort of sequence that T'Challa goes through before he becomes king. This kind of spiritual journey, I forget what you call it. I think
he's in the spirit world at that point in time. Connecting with his ancestors.
Yeah, it's kind of the equivalent. I think it's what you call a walkabout, like what the Aborigines do is something
basically
along
spiritual.
Spiritual.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
spiritual.
So I like that you saw a little flashback there with his dad and that kind of thing when you saw the moment when it happened. But that's as far as it goes. It's just saying, okay, well, this is what happened here. Well, of course, you saw a little bit of like the United Nations and just the aftermath of it now that T'Challa is king, But like I said, it doesn't stop and say, hey, this is what's going to happen next and this is what it's going to lead into. It's really basically about Wakanda. I thought that was like a brave and, just a really interesting move by Marvel there. Concentrating everything basically, at least the majority of the story in Wakanda. Performance-wise, I think that everybody just delivered just great performances. Yes, we could argue that Chadwick Boseman wasn't really the standout in this film.
Okay, so I actually, this is one thing that a lot of people say, where he was getting sidelined in his own movie. Was like, no,
but I think that's the point of it, because it's not just about him; it's about Wakanda.
Exactly.
It's about
to me, he had the presence.
Yeah.
I thought he had the presence, so I was like, yeah, go ahead, no, dude.
Yeah, I would say, I think Boseman was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think my issue was not so much with him; it was that he needed a bit. His arm needed to be a bit stronger.
Okay.
And I had a little more meat to it.
Right.
Yeah, so you really would have felt when he finally, yes, I'm king, I saved, Wakanda. You felt a bit more.
No, right. But his arc worked for the most. Okay, so this is the big problem with the movie, if it's anything. The movie is unpolished. At almost every little mistake I noticed, so me being the nitpicky type, I was like, okay, all of this was logistic problems, time, scheduling. That's me. Just watching those little mistakes, little things like choreography in the fighting. It's kind of weak. Chases, just CG and the green screen, noticeably bad. But nothing that to break the film by any stretch of the imagination or anything like that.
Totally.
But it was mostly, you get the feeling that they had to speed this up from scheduling.
It's kind of like Gotham by Gaslight all over again.
A little bit, right?
The story is strong enough,
yeah.
the acting is strong enough that we can forgive the weaker points of the film.
But his arc I thought was really good, which is, the father fuck up, and this person who is his hero, make this such a gross error of judgment and a moral standpoint, and now he had to deal with that BS. The shock wasn't so much, Killmonger taking over everything, is that my father messed up so badly with this decision. It's such a bad decision he made, and it wasn't again, you can understand a mistake. No, this was a moral failing.
As you say that, it brings it perfect segue to what I was thinking is that there's that scene where he's facing all of his
them,
and he says, all of you have
I love that. I thought
failed.
it was great. That was one of the better moments in the movie for me.
Because it's like, there's something about, you see, when you put somebody on a pedestal, and my sister used to tell me, if you put people on a pedestal, when they fall on top of you. Yeah. Right? And when his dad fell, he felt the weight of that, that my dad made such a grievous mistake.
The scene with him and with Zuri, that's Forrest Whitaker's character. So he was the king. I was like, I'm your king now. Love it.
Yes, that was really the scene.
So I was wondering, what people talking about how Chotana gets signed, and it's like, I thought he was great.
He had very powerful moments as well, but like you said, that whole thing with his struggle with tradition over progression.
Right.
And you had the woman in his life almost representing progression.
Yes.
And then you had the tradition, it being your father and what he stood for. I love that.
Well, you use the term struggle, and I think that is one thing I think would have really lifted his arc.
Right.
At no point he had made a decision and it turned wrong and he regretted it. If he came back and he talked to his mother and said, Mom, probably I shouldn't have accepted this challenge from Killmonger because I thought I could have beaten him.
Okay.
But I didn't feel like it was more of the weight of what his father had done, less than the weight of will I be a good
No, it's not exactly. It's not. That wasn't the arc.
Yes.
The arc was holy shit, this person I consider a hero my whole goddamn life did this horrible decision, this horrible thing.
How do I
I don't know. That was to me his arc. That's why I wasn't thinking about what people was talking about, because that wasn't the focus. At least that's not why I saw it.
But that's a real good point, though, because that's one thing I really love about this movie. It's not so much about telegraphing people's motivations, and it's like, okay, well, Black Panther is now realizing that his father did this, so now there must be this big scene to kind of elaborate that. It's more internal stuff, and that's why I love that the movie concentrates everything in Wakanda. It feels more internal, not just
and can we talk about how gorgeous Wakanda, the design?
When
I saw the top of that ship, I was like, holy crap, the African mask.
I love that. That white shot when the ship is going into Wakanda, when the force goes on. I swear to God, my pause race. And that music came on. I'll talk about it.
It's got a big, huge screen too.
I felt that.
So most of the aesthetic work, there's still something like, okay, again, this is another unpolished moment. You only have one block of Wakanda when you actually get to the city streets.
And I'm sorry, it reminded me of Thor Ragnarok. The scene where Thor is in the city with Bruce, and he's convincing Bruce, no, I like you more than I like you. I was like, did they reuse the sets?
That was noticeable, but it was it served its purpose, and you get to see all the tribes represented within Wakanda. So you get a sense of how they live
Yes.
on average.
The waterfall is gorgeous.
Some people were arguing, well, not arguing, but kind of iffy about that one shot. That, when the camera lift up and you see all the...
Right. That was noticeably bad.
Well, that was crazy.
Because you saw the people and they clearly repeat the rendering. When the higher thing, now on a big screen, you saw that shit.
I did.
You saw that.
And it didn't take me out of the movie, fortunately.
But with that, because if it was like a 1080p and it was a smaller screen and the quality was not good, you won't have noticed as much. But with a big super clear screen, saw it, and it was in 3D as well. So it's like, okay, so let's gonna get into characterization. Okay, so Sommerleigh, I'm gonna straight up tell you now.
I'm agreeing with you, my darling.
Right. Black Panther is kind of a better feminist movie than Wonder Woman.
I agree.
I would agree with that.
I agree as well.
I
got fight you on that.
In my opinion, you have 4 strong women, independent story arcs in relation to the story. They did stuff. It's a kind of bullshitty thing, but they passed the Bechdel test.
That's one more than Wonder Woman, by the way.
Right.
We had the mother, we had the aunt, and we had Wonder Woman.
And then you have so you had 4 characters, all of them were great, and in a sense they made the arguments.
The secretary in Wonder Woman, that's it.
They never got back to in the end, unfortunately.
She lost scenes though, she could shoot more scenes.
Just never got back to the scene.
But you have T'Challa's mom, the Queen.
Queen Ramonda.
You have
Angela Bassett.
Okoye,
Royal, right. And then you have Nakia, she's great. I thought she had probably one of the better acts when you think about it. And then McGill, Shuri. She was great in this. No, okay, so big sell out to me. The closest thing I have to a charity is something called the Akira Chicks. I'm selling out my charity. The Akira Chicks is a big tech company, NGO from Kenya, and their specialty is black female programmers. And I was watching this character and I was like, yes, she is the dream. By the way, spend money, look up the Akira Chicks and give them money because they need more black female programmers in Kenya. And when I saw this character, I was like, yes, this character is excellent. She's a great character. She's actually pretty funny, but she's corny and nerdy and dorky in her own way. At no point you get any kind of sexualization from her. It's total nonsense. In fact, all the women, they do that pretty good job. Look here, go just make me melt. Love her to death. She looks great. But
she did in the movie.
They had a great romance arc with T'Challa himself. And she was like, I don't have to come back in this thing. I don't owe you nothing. And they made that work. Okay,
the Naya Guerrero.
I love her. She had a great arc. And then she had a nice little subversive arc with her own material because she's known to be, quote unquote, this badass violence thing. And how she solved the biggest problem was with peace. It's a really great and funny moment involved with Daniel Kaluuya. I forget his character's name. Wabaku?
I
forget his character's name. Wabaki, I think.
It is Wakabi.
Wasabi with a K.
Right, Wakabi. He and her had a good thing. I get the feeling some stuff with them was cut.
Actually, some stuff with her and another member, the Dora Milaje, was cut.
Okay.
So they kind of cut out a possible gay.
Okay.
I remember reading
was that in
about
the script or because they were
I know it's in the comics.
It was in the original comics.
I know it's in the comics.
It was filmed, and in the comics it's not Okoye. It's a different
Okay,
character.
at first I thought it was Lupita and the Nai were
I didn't get it. Right.
You remember the character? We saying spoilers, right?
Right.
Spoiler.
The character who Killmonger slit her throat.
Right.
There was a previous scene. Now you notice how emotional she was when she died.
Right.
No, it wasn't just because it was Dora Milaje.
Right. Okay.
They had a scene where they danced together, and she's like, "You look good," and
right.
she was like, "Yeah, you look good too."
Right.
And I know I look good. You look good too.
Right.
They cut it out. Marvel has kind of been avoiding that a
little bit,
because they were supposed to do something in Thor Ragnarok.
That's all right. I remember right.
They
cut that as well. Okay.
It seems to be the one thing they're struggling with, and I think it's because they.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
It's a
choice.
calculation.
And I think it's because of the whole all ages.
It's a calculation.
They don't want
it's a calculation.
parents to be saying, "Well, I'm not bringing my kids."
It's a calculation because idiots would make noise about it.
But back on track with these awesome female characters.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I loved about Shuri is I believed not only in her brilliance, but the fact that this was a teenager.
Yes.
She showed moments of fear, like when
She's a kid.
Mbaku got up in her face because he was like, we have a child running our technological division.
Right. Yeah.
And she was actually afraid because you can see she's heard stories about the Jabari.
Yeah.
The tribe that nobody, really knows much about. She's like, Mommy, is that the Jabari? She's like, yes, so I love she was so balanced as a character.
I really love the female characters in this as well.
And I love that the female characters were Black Panther's strength.
Yeah.
Because when he disappears from this story, it becomes their story. And it gets stronger.
Yeah. But what I did with Lupita's character is stronger than I think Nikia character. When they start with her opening, it's like they do not Boko Haram thing here. Yeah. All right. Like I love
they went there.
Well, I love that they just thought of that little stuff like that. But then they had the part where a little quick is like T'Challa's gonna kill this guy. It's like no, he's an innocent victim too.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it.
Touched on
little stuff like that. I love.
Two big topics
Big topics.
Yeah. And that's one thing I really love about the show is that it touch on so much political and social topics.
Subtly.
It doesn't stop and tell you, yes, this is what's going on in Africa still, and we can do
Message.
something about it.
Right.
That's the thing.
But this is what Marvel does very, very well on average. Now, okay, again, I've seen idiots say things like, well, this movie is too political. Iron Man 1 was political. Right? Winter Soldier and Captain and Civil War. Pretty damn political. Blatantly political. But they do Iron Man 3 and all. Right? A lot of people hate Iron Man 3. I thought that was like the twist needed a payoff. And it didn't have a good payoff. But I thought the twist in Iron Man 3 is very good, which is they do the fake Bin Laden conspiracy theory thing. I thought that was so clever and really well done in the world building. I mean, just the payoff was crap. Okay, I'm not gonna
fake news.
Fake, right.
That's good. Right.
But to me they did. So Marvel has a good job of balancing it reasonably well, of saying, we still smart enough to tap into this premise of doing political stuff, but look, it's still a big budget movie, it's still $200 million, blah, 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 blah. And we get a lot of that with this, and well, we have to mention one of the better villains the MCU has had.
Killmonger.
Eric.
Well, with Voltaire's story as well, it was relatable, understandable. Granted, I don't like your methods.
But you
But
kind of understand where you're coming from, and oftentimes you kind of side with it. You're right.
But here what they do, that's pretty good. One, he kind of do Zemo arc better than Zemo.
Yeah.
No, there's a difference between him and Zero. I thought Zero was great in Civil War. I actually really like him as a villain. People complain about he's too much joker and the implausibility of some of his plans, but when you think about it, it makes mostly sense, at least within the world. At least I'll defend that part of it. Some people will find out, it's so implausible and you can talk pretty good.
And how you knew Captain America would react this way.
No. I find it work for the most part. When you actually boil everything down and you actually spend time on the material. But the difference between him and Killmonger is he was tell-don't show. While Killmonger, we got to see what was going down. I was like, oh shit, this was real hard. And especially that last scene when he became the king. But he had his spirit journey.
I love what the camera did there.
That was
No, but the scene with his spirit journey. They had the guy playing his dad. Skeleton K. Brown.
Still in,
Oh, that was him. I didn't.
Really?
Sorry, I didn't. I saw his name in the credits. I forgot who he was.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
I'm a big fan of Sterling K. Brown. Huge fan of the dude. Great actor in my opinion. He deserves everything he's getting to him. I was like, he's the dad. Okay, I thought he was going to get him in the beginning and dice it, and then they hit you with our last week.
That's one of the best scenes for me for the entire film.
I'd agree. He is hands down one of the best. If not the best, but he is one of the most complex villains.
Yeah, they really solved this villain problem. I kind of worried for Thanos now. It's like, kind of had to write Thanos good.
But just the fact that they were in that apartment and not where the other Panthers were.
Yeah, I thought that was
that's where he went.
That's
where he went.
One thing though, the setup of Killmonger caught me off guard. I didn't know. I think this caught everybody off guard. I'll talk about the whole positive representations here now. Starting the film in Oakland, of all places.
Yeah.
I was myself in 92, so I was like, well, alright.
Okay, so couple things. I think Kugel himself, he is from Oakland.
Alright.
That is one. And then the Black Panther character.
Yes.
So Oakland is like a perfect place. And again, you could get into the political thing because it's subtext.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't need to know this for the mainstream audience who don't know it. But for those who do know it, Oakland has a really, really strange and kind of baffling history involving race, right? Oakland is one of the most fascinating places, and they make it work in terms of like, if you want to think about forgotten people in Black America, holy shit, Oakland is a place to look at because it's so goddamn dark and disturbing, especially for a part of the country that's supposedly liberal and whatnot. So Dave Chappelle made the joke, how it is you solve all this problem in San Francisco, you put all the niggers on the other side of that bridge. It's a whole bit from Dave Chappelle.
Right.
It's kind of a prescient point he made there. And they made it work in terms of that, just that forgotten part of the country, especially with Black diaspora, and they had it spin back into the whole premise of Wakanda.
Yeah.
And his character arc.
Right. No, I like that just as set up alone where you saw the two characters.
Yeah.
Or the gangbangers, if you will. Now. I was telling myself, the folks who was thinking that this movie is just going to be all positive representation of black people. Hey, look, some gangbangers here.
Right. And then they
flip it. They just flip it. I love that.
That's the only part of the plot that catch me. I didn't think, because I know he was Ting.
I didn't know. I was wondering. I was trying to connect the dots.
Then they say, okay, so the opening sequence, again, big spoilers now, we just look in. So they say these two Grace Jones looking women, which was funny. Nice little joke.
Yeah.
And
I just said that. I was like,
not to Grace Jones and Conan, because she kind of looks like Dora Milaje.
Right, exactly. Right, exactly. That's the joke. And that was the joke. I was like, okay. And it is 1992, so they should know. But it catch me when the fella checked the thing. Now, what catch me? He said, let them in. So I'm like, okay, he's Wakanda. Cool. And then, ding, T'Chaka shows up. Yeah. And then the big flip. It's like, oh shit, they had a spy, the spy.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's Wakanda too. God damn, that catch me. That's the only part of the movie that truly catch me. Everything else is pretty cliche. I admit that. Again, they played to its audience and know what it's doing. But that was a pretty good moment. It set up the world very, very well. Okay, this is how Wakanda operates. And they're so paranoid about anybody leaking this shit out. That they
spies in every
they spy on the
country.
spies. They spy on their spies. So he was a spy, and well, we know why he trying to go against. He clearly not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Disobeying laws, and they do a nice little reference to the LA riots. So it's clear, it's implied that he was going to make that LA riots so much more worse than what it was.
Yes.
And the context of it, so that nice working comic book world building context of spinning things into the real world. Look, that's one thing the MCU got right. Yeah. Completely right in my opinion. In terms of doing real world shit and then have it spin back into the world building of the characters. You saw it with Iron Man, and you definitely saw that shit well with Winter Soldier and Civil War. And they did a good job with that. I love that.
We're talking about characters. How I forget about my boy, we Tobago boy, M'Baku. I think, I really going into the movie, I was like, you're going to get a little one scene.
Right.
I'm going to meet him and that's it.
Right.
But he had multiple scenes. I didn't expect him to be so funny. It's comedic timing.
Great.
Those jokes.
And you have to really walk people shots, by the way, like when you were sitting down in the show.
And you like him behind that.
But his line delivery, everything was...
I was blown away.
I did not expect that much either.
Okay, so what catch me off guard was he had a line. The line totally feels like an improv line on set. He mentions our God, and he says Hanuman. Wait, what? Hanuman. So here's why I like the thing is the case. That it was a nice, we call it improv line on set. Nice little ad lib. And because he's from Trinidad and Tobago,
and it's a Hindu culture.
It's a thank you.
Yes.
I would love to think that is the case. I'm not sure it's true. I'm no way to.
I am there with you because when he said Hanuman,
exactly.
Why are you mentioning a Hindu
But I mean,
god in
Monkey King,
Africa?
but it's
I know.
right?
It's so not African, at least historically. No, look, some ethnologists or some person could tell me it comes from that originally. Sure, correct me. But that is connected by him.
Chinese would get the reference.
Thank you.
But the Americans be like, Hanuman, whatever.
Thank you. No, one of the forums I was on, he was like, what God he was talking about? I had no idea. And I just mentioned what it was. Like, cool.
Another aspect I love, and this is a all Trini thing. I always consider our accent quite unique in the sense that when I travel, people that either ask you what accent is that, or they say Trinidad. I'm a friend from Trinidad. I'm from Trinidad. You know, that kind of thing. As a Trinidadian in cinema, hearing him speak, even with his fake African accent, you were hearing that.
and you know, as I was telling my mother this.
As an African
Yes,
kind of
yes, because the
accent.
big audience kind of similar.
Yes.
And I was telling my mother this, you could never hide your accent, no matter if you try to sound or sing like American or South Africa, whatever, it's hard to.
But when it's end up happening, when people try to change accents, they'll like okay, take for example, the fellow from Walking Dead, who does play Rick. Carl. Right.
Carl.
He have this weird generic American accent. It's like, wait, where is from exactly?
Yeah.
Right. Guys, you can't truly hide accent. There's no either you're faking accent or your accent is slip out.
Yeah.
Slipping out. Yeah. In the case of Winston Duke, it work. And look, it's a fictitious African nation, so
Yeah,
it's like whatever.
so it works,
It's fine.
yeah.
You don't have to be accurate in that
Yeah,
sense.
but some big African accent.
Well,
Yeah.
I deliver that.
We forget the two other characters though. We boy Andy Serkis.
Yes.
Yeah, how we could forget the white,
boy.
why we could forget the white people in
That's
them, right?
racist.
The Tolkien
Tolkien
characters.
characters.
Right.
Tolkien white guys.
Now, I like the fact that both him and Martin Freeman get some more screen time.
Yeah. I thought it
Because
was
like
good.
in Age of Ultron, I mean, he was all
Evan
Andy Serkis was
Ross.
just there.
Right. So,
And with Martin Freeman,
He
he
was
was
in
in
Civil
Civil
War.
War just a couple of times, interrogating both Bucky and Zemo. I was like, alright,
Yeah.
well, that's it really.
Right.
So I like that they get more screen time. Andy Serkis was kind of like they being the sort of pseudo bad guy,
Right.
comic relief in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to the
You have a great
over
line with
serious.
him, yeah, I saw Claude out.
Yeah, I love that moment.
Yeah.
You talk about when they mentioned this whole mixtape thing.
Yeah.
And
Go
he
to
made
a
it
song.
rain.
Yeah.
Because
I read it today.
yeah. So he's like the comic relief to Killmonger, so I like
Yes.
that. And what happens with him though caught me off guard because like I thought you.
Yeah, I was shocked with
Yeah.
that. I thought he was staying in for a while, but
Yeah, it's like do that's it.
You're
like,
done.
Damn, son.
Which I think it was a smart choice because again, this is Killmonger's story.
right.
Yeah.
This is
I know.
Black Panther.
This is one thing, no, but this is something that's always
Yes.
bothered the hell out of me about American comics in general. DC and Marvel is doing shit all the time, which is killing characters and bringing them back. No, I like characters that die, and in fact, I don't mind certain characters die uneventfully,
Yeah.
like relatively uneventfully.
But it's funny enough
That
because
works
somebody
for-
did ask me, well, how come they kill him off? I said, this is not a comic book.
Thank you. I like
Right?
that.
I said, there are many villains out there. We don't need to keep recycling these
Thank you.
people.
There's one thing that's bothered the hell out of me, and see
Yeah.
bringing back from the dead. I'm sick of that
No,
shit.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like good.
And to me, you will see. So that's his character. His death remind me a lot
Cool.
like just the setup with Killmonger at the very beginning,
Yeah.
which I love in that British library museum. Sorry,
Yeah.
remind me
Yeah,
a lot
that-
like Joker. You know, well,
Yeah.
like that Dark Knight scene with the whole robbery where
Yeah.
you think it's about this,
Yeah.
it's actually about that, and
Right.
he wants to take away everything, but you got everybody else just to
Right.
grab it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Now, from the comic books, Killmonger,
This
Claw is the one who killed his parents,
Right.
in the comic books. So
right.
they take that whole arc and they put it on your boy Wabaki?
Watabi?
Wakabi.
Wakabi.
Wakabi, right?
Yeah, they switched that up, yeah.
But they switched that whole thing up.
Yeah.
But Killmonger has never been defeated in a fight between him and Black Panther. The both times they fight, the both times he beat Black Panther.
Right.
So he is exceptional, like they make him out
Right.
to be.
I thought
Yes.
okay, so a lot of people say he's one of the better villains. He should have stayed around. I mean, he needed more of him. No.
No,
Yeah.
he serves
To
a
me,
purpose. That's
yeah,
it.
how he dies and how like again.
And
they
that
leave it-
line about bondage.
Right. No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my
How he
God.
like
It's
how,
right there.
how he
Yeah.
dies. It makes him a perfect tragic figure.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, you could have saved me, but sorry, I
Yeah.
ain't want this.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
want
at
to be
this
saved.
point, and they make his character so goddamn dark in that sense. He's like the work, like clearly he's a sociopath.
Yeah.
But is you wondering, they get into that whole, well, I'm a product of my environment. You're not sure if you'd have turned out to be a nice
Nature
person.
versus
And
nature.
again,
Yeah.
because of T'Chaka's mistake,
Yeah.
he's like the manifestation of this, essentially create this monster now.
Right,
And
right.
they do such a good job with this. Like, the best line for me is the part where he say, I forget what it was, but but Dad told me about this place. Imagine a boy from Oakland believing in fairy
Fairy
tales.
tales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great goddamn line.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, that is so goddamn brutal emotionally. It had me choking up because it was a good line.
Yeah.
Just to talk about Killmonger for a bit before we get to the other white boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Killmonger though. I was gonna say, yeah, Killmonger. I love just how Michael B. Jordan played that character. I love that he maintained that sort of that American accent.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
you
It's
know,
clearly
you can tell he's from the ghetto now.
Yeah.
And he just walking
The
through Wakanda.
attitude
He's
as
like,
well.
yeah, what's up, homie? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'm
Like,
gonna kick your ass,
For
man. I love
instance,
that.
when he chokes out the woman who she
Yeah.
tells him that
They can't burn the
this
place.
is our
Yeah.
tradition,
Yeah.
it's like, when I give you an order, you better follow that shit.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
like,
it's
I love
very
that.
ghetto.
Scary.
It's not,
Yeah.
He's not kingly
And-
like T'Challa. He's
Right.
not going to carry himself
No,
like
no,
that.
no.
Yeah,
I
they
can
make
buy
it
This was just so jarring here as America.
And you buy into it as well. You buy into the fact that this guy could want to do that, but still be like, well, I went through all this hell before, and I'm gonna change that because I Wakanda hell.
One negative. It has nothing to do with Killmonger, the character.
Okay.
The costume. I'm tired of Marvel.
Mirror matching.
Please stop mirror matching your
mirror
character.
matching,
We don't need it. We don't need it.
Like they set it up earlier. They set it up earlier because there was a second costume that Black Panther could have choose from.
Right.
They set it up earlier.
And it works because of who he is. And the fact that they're both Black Panther technically at that point in time.
And look, from a world building standpoint, look, I get it.
Yeah,
from a world
I
building
get
standpoint,
it,
it makes some
but I wanted
sense.
to stop. I
Yeah,
got it in
there's not that
Ant-Man,
much
I got it in
similarities
Iron Man, I wanted to stop.
They need to
Right.
stop it.
And there's not that much similarities for them to say, well,
You know what,
we
you
need
see,
a mirror match of them.
like from a world building standpoint, it makes some sense because like design wise, this is where it's like coming from. Why would it be totally different design wise, aesthetically? Like I get that, but the mirror matching stuff buzzes me. I was actually worried about the film when I saw that in the trailer.
And even in the comics, Killmonger looks
His
nothing
outfit totally
like
different.
Black Panther.
But they had a little callback to him because he feeling the mask,
Yes.
and I was like, okay, nice on the mask, okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
something
that was the mask.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know.
yeah,
Alright.
yeah. But he's like a massively huge guy in the comics, so they couldn't find somebody to
changed it,
match
right, they
that.
changed it,
Right,
Yeah.
understood,
Compared
yeah.
to Black Panther, he's like, it's like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Which is
so
like,
there had to be
I-
somebody that apparently that he
Superb
could
fighter and everything, just like this
but
character.
I don't mind stuff like that because it's like okay,
you
this is
can't
the
do
arc.
that,
This is the
yeah.
arc. You're turning stuff from comics to movies. I don't really mind that. Same thing with M'Baku's character. They couldn't call him Manny Punch.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Could not call
But
this
they
guy.
give him the
But-
fur. That's
Yeah,
it.
I remember like when the press is talking about, hey, Winston Duke's movie, you gotta be Manny.
Yeah, I
It's like the going is like, hey, you have to be Ghanaian playing Manny.
Yeah, and when I heard that, I was like, oh, they had to change
very,
that.
very
What are
good.
they
They
gonna do?
said, no.
Yeah,
we
that
don't
man
do
is-
that.
I like Manny.
Manny.
He's the best character in the show. Like,
Yeah.
they do sound good. I mean,
But it made it work in the sense of
Baku on the other hand.
Mbaku
brilliant.
sounds very powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then they're not to it. And
Yeah.
him saying, I'll feed it to my children. It's like, just kidding, we're vegetarian.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
I love that
It's
line.
like-
That
What
line.
the funniest
That
line
had- that had me
Because
up.
that line in itself is a frig up to racist people.
Yeah,
Because right before that he was going,
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, it's just like the whole thing is brilliant.
Yeah,
How much is
they
it's
subvert the
a
material
face,
enough,
yeah.
and they subvert a lot of stereotypes in that
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
They make
yeah.
it-
Right.
And because again, there's a lot, and you can understand. Look, the politics get into this, but there's a lot of bad faith on the other side of this. Like how many times you see online, Wakanda is not real. Yeah, we know. Thank you.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We don't need to tell you.
Right.
Newsflash.
Newsflash, right? And it's clearly a line done in bad
Yeah,
faith.
he did
right?
Krypton, relax.
Exactly.
We
Right.
know.
So go ahead. Yeah.
Right. Martin Freeman. I'm glad that they gave him more screen time. For one thing, I like they give him more stuff to do.
Yeah.
He actually helps out in the final action sequence.
I actually like that action sequence because and they gave him the idea that he was willing to die for these people.
Yeah.
Because the thing came back.
Twice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Twice, he took a bullet for Nikia.
Yeah, exactly.
And he,
Exactly. And so when I saw, we know that when you saw Claw in thing, when I saw Claw in Age of Ultron, I was like, oh shit, Black Panther coming then. Like we know for sure.
But I didn't know
Yeah.
that he would have come back. You'll see he's would have come
In
back.
the comic books,
And-
Ross is the ambassador to Wakanda.
Right. So when I saw Russ and
Yeah.
thing, it's like, all right, well, clearly.
Yeah, so that's what they were building at that point.
And
in time
they link
too.
it reasonably organically.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the whole we call it the casino scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good thing you bring up that because I felt that with his place in this movie now, that's where they brought in some James Bond elements.
Right.
Like for one thing, you have Black Panther and
With the
his
two
sister.
sexy
She all the
ladies.
tech
Yeah.
stuff is like, yeah, well, this is Q all over again.
Yeah,
Right.
she
Even
is technically
even right down to
cute,
the
you know.
exactly.
even right down to the leave that alone. Be careful with that. What are you
Yeah.
doing? Come
Yeah.
on. You know?
And even with the slapstick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We got
it's
James
very
Bond, we
James
got
Bond.
Dune, we got all these,
We had the water
nuts.
those line. Just funny. The part with the kick. I say don't record that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
line.
I love
You
that.
did that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Great line.
But
Yeah.
however, though, this is not negative though. But when they reach that actual that casino scene in Busan of all places, I didn't know they were going South Korea. So
Yeah, right.
I was watching that whole thing. It's like, but this is Skyfall though.
Right.
When they went to the casino, I think it's in Manila, one of those places. It just felt like that the interior, the colors and everything.
Yeah,
Skyfall. I love Skyfall.
Yeah, I remember seeing. So because of James.
And just where I have like a little shootout thing, I was like, but this is Skyfall
Roger Deakins.
all over again. Yeah,
Yeah.
Roger Deakins just killing, right?
Yeah.
And then, well, it doesn't lead to a catch. It's in Skyfall, but it kind of comes close to it.
Right.
So that was great. But let me just talk about the music, boy.
Yeah.
I wish I could pronounce this guy's name. but this score is one of the best that I've heard in a movie so far this year, I should say, because still February at the time it's recorded.
It kind of better than the rap album they put together. It's like as a
I'll
soundtrack to me it's superior to the rap album they had.
I'll talk about that,
the rap album good, but like the soundtrack way superior. I didn't know it had such good tracks on it because I was thinking it's generic Marvel stuff and you have one good song. Right?
Alright, his name is Ludwig Göransson. I believe that's how you pronounce his surname, but that score was so goddamn brilliant. I love how they use African instruments, the percussion. And one thing that I noticed, though, good thing that you mentioned, the music inspired by the movie, which is the soundtrack album that Kendrick Lamar and his TDE label brought out, I think it's a couple of weeks or so before the movie came out. There were certain musical cues that they used in that album that they did it. For one thing, there's this kind of thing that you hear in some dramatic moments. You hear that a couple of times in that song, in that Kendrick ring, right? Also in that song that we love, Kingston, with that feature, that la-di-da-di-da. Right. So when it reaches a Kendrick moment, it ends with that toot, right? That that female sort of chanting kind of thing, and you hear it when you see the nice characters, when you see the women, I forgot the name of the group.
Dora Milaje.
Right, when you see them fight and you just hear that doo-doo-doo. I was like, yes, I love it. This is so brilliant. I love this. But the music is just so majestic that you really do feel like it is epic, and I feel it added a lot to the epic feel of the movie.
Right.
Also, just going back to the song, to the Kendrick album itself. There are a couple of songs that you do. Well, actually, 3 songs that you hear in it. One is "Pray for Me." That's the one that with the weekend. That's what they play in the casino scene.
Right.
I love that it didn't kind of stop until it kind of telegraphed that it's from the album, guys.
Right.
It's just there in the background.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you notice it, you notice it. If you don't, whatever.
When Claude came in or driving, that was.
I think when Claude was driving, he said,
I don't know what song
a
that
funeral? Change that, and that is how they kind of sing it. And the music kicks.
I'm not sure what song that was, though.
Yeah.
But the chase scene in particular, that's I forgot the name of it, but I know it's a track with Vince Staples, Kendrick Lamar, and there's this South African rapper. It's a female, right? And she just kills that. She kills it.
Right.
You need to hear it. But anyway, so I like how they use that there. And then, of course, in the end, with the end credits, hearing all these stars. And I was telling my friends, they're going to play all these stars with the credits in it. They're going to play all these stars with the credits.
They have to.
And they did. And it sounded gorgeous.
By the way, so Marvel, I'm going to straight up say, Marvel have been killing it with these great post-credit animations.
Yes, right.
Like,
I love how they use it here with sand and everything.
It was first noticeable with Winter Soldier. I thought Winter Soldier had that great animation sequence and
I was going to say Iron Man, though. Like Iron Man
was still normal. Like, it was still.
I don't even remember the Iron Man.
They had Ozzy Osbourne's Iron Man song. You saw like some blueprints, like some graphic stuff.
I still was underwhelmed by that.
It was short, but it was sweet.
But to me, the iconic look what they did with Winter Soldier.
Yes. And then with that music in the background.
Yeah, exactly. And then Civil War.
Civil War with the shadows. Oh my God, I love that.
Doctor Strange, great.
Yeah.
Thor, Ragnarok, one of the better ones actually. And then this one, I was loving this kind of weird tree sand thing.
I love that.
That's the black sand, the vibranium
exactly.
sand.
And that was so great. I was like,
and I love that with the bass, so with the music and stuff, it is like you see moments where it's just rumbling. Brilliant. I love that. Yeah, so music was on point for me. I think it really added a lot to the movie. I love the fact that it didn't decide to go, it's Kendrick Lamar, man, so let's just throw a whole bunch of his songs in the album. No, it's just few fun in between, but it's really about Göransson's soundtrack and how it works in the film.
It was the final action sequence was pretty good in this, but it was a little generic.
It was, but especially when they incorporate the whole Sonic subway thing.
Yeah, but speaking of the 2 Tolkien white guys, a little bit of Lord of the Rings in this.
Boy, yes.
With a blowing of a horn and some rhinos.
When I saw that, I was like, okay.
It is goofy, but
let's slide because
it's one of those cases of what you call my kind of goofy. Like, it's goofy, but I was enjoying it. I was like, I haven't followed this. And they rip off a straight up shot from the comic where Black Panther grabs a rhino and bring it down. Same thing that they took from the comic. They did, as I say, one of the weaker movies is Wakabi. His arc I thought was a little rushed. You get the feeling that they cut some stuff. You was mentioning the whole well, it's implied bisexuality of Okoye's character, but yes, she was with him as well.
Well, the whole thing is they were not supposed to have a relationship, so actually Okoye was supposed to be just gay.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
there was
right.
not supposed to be that. And then Marvel, when they were like, no.
Yeah, they had my love. Right.
Because
They had it because the thing is, with her arc and him, to me, it worked.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, all right, she loyal to the throne. He.
Loyal to himself.
Well, he was loyal. He ended up turning on he turned against the decision because he's still loyal to the throne, quote unquote. But it was kind of disingenuous, and because of what went on with not killing Claw.
He basically had a hand in overthrowing his king.
Exactly.
So I look at that as treason.
Right, exactly. But that's the thing, is that it was legal. That's the good part about it, that the villain just subvert the system. He didn't do anything illegal.
Yeah.
The only time he crossed the line is when he didn't accept the challenge
I'm
back.
sorry, but if I was T'Challa, your backside not guarding my borders anymore. One tried me to move back, and let another try take over that.
Right, but they make it work in that context.
I love what they're showing so far.
Right, sure. I love that. That was again, that is such a
why they
goofy
were
thing.
walking around with blankets.
Yes,
And then
it's such a
like,
goofy.
here's what it is.
It's such a goofy thing.
It's goofy, but it works.
It's my kind of
That
goofy.
works,
That is like, oh, that's so silly, but it worked.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing with me. Well, also with the movie in general, because I mean, yes, it is flawed, and there are a couple of like moments where it's like, well,
unpolishing. So
yeah,
like
but
nitpicky.
but however, though, because of how grandiose it felt.
Yeah.
Like I say, my kind of goofy is just like, alright, I just let her say. So right now where you saw,
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel.
Wakabi.
Yeah, Wakabi.
Only person remembers.
No, I just thinking actors, like real actors' names, right? But whatever. When he blew that horn and then the writers come out, I was like, well, of course that had to happen.
Yeah.
But I just let
Because we saw him raising rhinos, so at some point
Exactly.
he had to come back.
And that was like a nice little setup there.
And then back when the Jabari
And, but
coming in,
you know that's coming because he straight up said, well, I don't gotta help you. It's like, yeah, you gotta help me.
Yeah,
Come.
you're gonna help me.
Surprise.
But
Here's the thing though with that final whole thing.
Yeah.
I pick and choose what I like out of that action sequence. There are things that worked for me and things that didn't.
Right. So okay. So I thought all the Ross stuff worked.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
When Killmonger's taking on Doral Malaji, great.
I love that fight. I love that fight.
And that music, of course.
I love that whole fight.
I thought they could have made, again, it's a matter of scale. You get the scene that they had to rush this, so it felt, it's seemingly big, but it's not that big when you actually get closer. So when the Jabari came back, I was like, alright, well, this is looking kind of small, whatever. But he had some good moments with Black Panther himself. They had a great moment. You saw it in trailer, but you saw this when he flipped over them and then do the shockwave thing.
Yeah.
That was cool. And yeah, for the most part, it built up its action quite well. You know, Shuriata and Nakia had to be in trouble. Nakia, when she was in a battle
was holding her own.
Yeah, that was a very nice battle outfit as well, and they made it work.
Well, sorry to cut you, but one thing though, we had a good credit where credit is due though. Like Ryan Coogler, but the man could do action sequences.
Yeah.
Like we saw him do fight scenes
As I said,
for
correct.
Creed, but my God, this man could really hold his own with action
He
sequences.
can do action sequences, but he can't do fight sequences. That's my
It's like, no, the problem. This is a classic problem. Now, for me, I had this is roughly the same problem I had with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was only the last piece was very clever. But yeah, the action sequence before.
Well, it's magic, so it's a little difficult to.
I just talk about how this stuff we fight cut together. Just weird editing and bad little cuts. And again, that's just rush job stuff.
Yeah.
And with this, you got the same thing. So even Thor Ragnarok had these fights like, okay, they could have cut this a little better. And then, so the movie fall into the usual MCU trappings. It's not a Coogler problem. It's an MCU.
But the Civil War fight scenes
No,
are
Civil War,
flawless.
right.
All of them.
Yes, what I want to mention.
Civil War. Hire that guy to shoot that, not the directing.
Civil War.
Is it Russo brothers though?
It's
a different style.
Civil War is a different. Civil War still had some of those problems editing wise, but the Russos, they step it up.
Yeah.
Like for me, again, we keep going back to Winter Soldier, but the street fight.
Yes.
With Falcon, Black Widow, and Cap versus Bucky. Yeah, that was like amazing goddamn fight. But the Russos is a different level. The Russos learn to transcend the big budget thing, and Coogler, I'll straight up say it, I think it's because Coogler is so young. He doesn't understand the system enough, so it still had to go by the usual, within the color within the lines as you say, and it ended up not serving the film well. You know, because if I would say if he had like about a couple months again, he'd have sit down and say, all right, let's get this fight right. and reshoot
Yeah.
it. Like it had a
Polish.
polish. Like exactly to put that polish on. Like they had a noticeably bad part with M'Baku fighting T'Challa at the beginning, where T'Challa's foot slipped out from the grapple. So like if your foot slipped out from that grapple, you get out of the grapple. And look, Winston Duke is clearly bigger than Chadwick Boseman. So it's like okay, come on.
He's bigger than both males, right? He's bigger than Killmonger.
Exactly. But they could have cut it. They could have cut it better. They could have cut that better. Like the shot, just have the shot where you have him hooking the foot better, and just do back the shot. Little stuff like that.
Right. But as I mentioned that though, before we get to rated, right? The second fight scene, right? With Killmonger. The first fight scene with Killmonger and
Right.
Black Panther, right? Himself. Once again, going to the my kind of goofy, right?
Yeah.
I felt like when you were going for like dramatic moments, it was almost like how they attempted with Thor, trying to be all Shakespeare, like you did this, and it's like no, and oh my god, all that kind of stuff now. But I bought into it once again because of the epic scope. It almost felt like a given, like it meant to happen.
To me, the fight scenes in the waterfall, all of them, Killmonger and M'Baku versus Black Panther, worked for me better than the fight scenes when he was wearing the Black Panther suit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because I could clearly, first of all, he moved like a cat.
Yeah,
the moves would be moves that I would expect to see a cat would do it with the back kicking and the way he would hook his legs and flip and stuff.
Yeah.
I could clearly see what was going on in those fight sequences most of the time.
Right.
The Black Panther, like for instance, you wanted the Forest in the Night. If it was not on that big IMAX screen, I think I would be struggling to see what was going on.
And there was a bit of shaking.
But the purpose, that's the purpose of that scene.
To be stealthy looking.
Yeah, right. So that's fine.
Okay.
But the stuff, I thought something, again, just polish. The scenes in Korea.
And that final one, it reminded me of, is it when Spider-Man was falling off the building and fighting somebody?
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Oh yes,
Falling.
It
That's
looked
what
like
it
two
looked
CGI
like
characters
to me.
falling.
Like,
And I don't know, personal nitpick I felt is a subway that they use, right? Some kind of something.
It's the same to transfer the vibrator.
Yeah.
Right, to transfer that.
When you turn on the sound waves, it beacons the vibranium.
Yeah, no, what you're right. That's the purpose.
Yeah,
She created this thing. She created this thing to basically have vibranium shut off.
Right.
Like what vibranium, whatever
so
it does.
Transport massive amounts.
Right.
Apparently it's very unstable.
Yeah, you couldn't. Right. So that's how she solved the problem from the engineering standpoint. But what happens is that it's damaged the suit. The suit itself, the whole suit goes down.
Personally, I find they could have just utilized that a little bit better instead of okay, we have this moment for us to stop and breathe, and then the suit kind of goes. So now we have to talk while this big thing going, and it's like you killed me, you killed my father, blah blah blah, and then we fight again. I find out it's a little too cliche.
I have a question. Did somebody hide some of those plants? There's more of those plants, right? Because
it's one.
Hope so.
That's the whole point. I mean, it was just.
They're probably going to find it in some
That's what I'm saying.
The implication is that it's to answer the real world weaponized cynicism problem, right? How come you don't do this and how come you don't do that? Well, you get burned down. Okay, so now T'Challa's the only person with his strength, and now only what do you call him?
So it's permanent.
It's right.
Once you drink it, is it
at least,
permanent?
Well, we don't know.
At least they can't go it back. At least they can't go
Somebody
it back.
challenges him and he drinks the stuff when it drains away.
Right.
There's no more to take back.
Right. So that means the idea is that nobody's going to challenge him for a while.
Yeah.
And when given the future of the MCU, which is
Until Black Panther 2. Until
whatever.
we
We don't know what's going to happen. But whatever. The point is that you have to justify. You have to justify why you're going to get back them plants now.
Right.
That's the whole point. Because you have to do the sad part about movies is that you have to do the real world bullshit. Well, how come everybody now wearing an Iron Man suit? And how come so and so? And how come Iron Man suit though this get mashed up this time, but they can handle a tank shot in this time? And look, Marvel, they fuck up sometimes. Fine.
Yeah.
But
They're human after all. Come on.
I don't again a big debate about who's stronger, Captain America or Spider-Man. But Spider-Man clearly pull he and it's as in universe science. I really don't give a shit about.
Spider-Man is strong, but Captain America is a better fighter.
Right, that's the
and I would
consensus.
put my money on a better fighter.
Right, that's the consensus.
I would say Captain America is stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that peck shot he do in Civil War or whatever.
No, okay.
No. Like what Tony Stark had said,
Spidey is strong.
You got the shield because he wanted you to get the shield, basically. Because
No,
Cap would have recognized as a child.
Right. No, Spidey is strong because Spidey straight up block Bucky arm, bro. It's like, Spidey
yeah.
real damn strong.
Right, good point.
But then we see when Spidey and Cap was fighting, we see Cap pulling him around by those more leverage and skills and
that's what I'm thinking. It's more skills
and loose
I know
rope.
how to move you.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to
And Spidey's still young now, so it's like whatever.
Closing words and rated.
Right.
Who samples you?
For
Ricardo.
me, again, it's IMAX, solid IMAX, not
Right.
IMAX, solid IMAX. Yeah, the nitpicky unpolishedness pulls it back a little bit. And again, that's just production. That's just a project management problem. You can't do anything about that. Marvel say, look, you have this time, you have to do it. Look, this project got a lot more of a fair shake than Iron Man 1. Iron Man 1 was supposed to straight up fail. And this got a good chance, and it got its chance. And they still had, for a big Disney production, it should have had, some of the CGI and the green screening should have been better. That's about it. Some of the arcs I thought didn't work for the most part, and it was generally a cliche arc, but it worked. I mean, this straight up do the Lion King thing, and it worked. I had a lot of fun with it. For this, I really like this. This is one of the, in my opinion, it is one of the better MCU films.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of the villain.
Yes.
One of the better villains.
That guy truly like elevated that
He's
movie.
one of the better villains in my opinion. But I have to say, it was what they should have done with Zemo. But yeah, I really like this movie. I had a lot of fun with it. And yes, you could get into the politics. Yes, okay, thank you. But you can understand why the politics exists, because it's unfortunate bad fate on both sides operating. So look, let people come in and jump in front of the parade, let them get a movie. February gone done, and we go start thinking about Civil War soon. Cool.
Yeah, sweet.
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Infinity War, yeah.
Careful.
Yes, your mind still on that Civil War
Yes.
fight.
What?
Alright, Julien, you're into the closing thoughts?
Sure, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Where I would take away points, a huge Black Panther fan, and I thought I wanted a bit more Black Panther. I wanted better Black Panther fight. I wanted a little more meat on the Black Panther arc.
Yeah.
But the ladies, as Ricardo said, were fantastic. They made the movie for me. The whole world, the deeper themes of it. This is one of the most impressive looking Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I think one of the most important MCU movies,
Yeah.
and one of the best. I give it 4 Vivarian claws out of 5. Definitely.
Alright, Summer, closing thoughts and rating?
Well, I am just so happy when a movie could prove people wrong.
Yeah.
And like Wonder Woman, they said a female-driven superhero couldn't work,
Cancel.
and she
No,
nailed
did
it.
they say it could work, but it can't sell?
Yeah, it can't. When they say it couldn't work, they say it can't sell.
Yeah,
Nobody would
that
go and
yes.
see it.
That
She
yes.
proved them wrong. And here we have Black Panther.
Yeah.
Granted, we did go and see Blade, and we forget about poor Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, boy. Well, by the way,
Don't forget your man. Don't forget your man.
by the way, sorry to stop you there. Wesley Snipes initially wanted to do this way back in the early 90s. Like,
Yes.
true.
You tried hard.
Right.
If that had happened, we would have got spawned.
True.
But let go.
We
But
got some.
no, they succeeded where they needed to succeed, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
And granted, there was some missteps. Like I said, I didn't think the CGI was that strong.
Yeah.
I thought the action sequences were fantastic, but the fight sequences were weak. But the missteps are stuff I could easily forgive. I give this an 8.5 out of 10, and it is in my top 3 Marvel movies.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
okay.
it would be
okay.
my top.
I have it at about 5 right now.
Top 5? Yeah.
5-ish. Because it competed with Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Okay.
It
Which I loved.
Yeah, and because both films it have so many good moments in that, but that
Right.
had its problems as well. It fluctuated between 5 and 6
Right.
right now. But for me, it's Iron Man 1, Civil War, Winter Soldier, and I think it's something else in my head. I forget. It's slipping my mind right now. What number 4 we did it? Oh God, my brain. Anyway.
Well, while you figured out my closing thoughts and rating, right?
Yeah.
So this is like a tricky film to review because yes, we could talk about the flaws and talk about the little nitpicks about the CG, and I would admit yes, there are some noticeable moments there, but this is one of those shows that I just know, just like with Logan, for example, where and Guardians of the Galaxy as well, and Guardians of the Galaxy, I should say, where the more I watch it, because I do need to see this again, the more I see it, I know I'm gonna love it even more, despite those flaws.
True.
Just because of the heart, the effort that they put into it. From costume design, why?
Oh my God.
God,
yes.
this needs to be nominated for a Academy
That's
Award.
what's special might happen,
Just Ruth Carter, who did the costume design alone. Praise, right? Just the attention to detail. Just like the design of the ship, for example, that I was driving
and
at
the little dragonfly versions, the little ones that would seem to rest on the edge.
Yeah, like those things. Just giving us a glimpse at Wakandan life. making us really learn more about their culture and whatnot. To the point that shit, I want to go there, even though it's not a real place, right?
Yeah.
But it's the performances that really sell to from Chadwick Boseman all the way down to Michael B. Jordan, who just absolutely killed it, though. I think he is one of the best villains that we've gotten in the MCU thus far, and a true return to form in terms of like the few villains that we got over the past couple of years, which was kind of right. With the exception of Lawrence Evil.
No, but they give us both. They give us both.
Killmonger killed it. He killed it.
But they did give us Vulture last year.
Oh yes, yes it did.
Yes,
Yes it did.
Pretty damn good actually.
The side characters, whether it's Winston Duke or whether it's the Guerrera, forgive me if I get any wrong.
Right.
You know, all these characters, they just come through really good. Even Forrest Whitaker, who, in
but
retrospect, I felt that he could have given a little bit more time. He just kind of went out just quick. But, you know, when he was there, he owned it as well. Everybody just put their all into this movie. And that, to me, just kind of, you know, outshines all the flaws and all the narrative issues that I could think of, right? The more I look at it. So, at the moment, I'm going to give this a very, 4.5 out of 5 stars, man. This is hands down one of the best movies of the year. I know I'm going to be going back to this a lot.
Yeah,
this is going to be my top 5 for sure.
Top 10 in the end of the year.
It might make top 5 for me. I'm not too sure at the moment, but this is...
We
have Ant-Man 2 this year. We have Aquaman. We have...
we
have Infinity.
I know Infinity War is going to blow me. Just going to blow everything out of the water.
We still have a lot of movies out there that we can make a list.
Yeah, but as far...
Deadpool 2 as well.
Oh yes, Deadpool 2 as well. But as far as MCU movies go, this is one of the best.
Yeah.
It is top 5, maybe. I don't really have time to rank it right now.
Yeah.
But I still love Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is like
Winter Soldier
top
1
for me.
My number 1.
I love Iron Man, but Winter Soldier.
Actually, you're right. It's number 1.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the first Avengers, but nah.
Oh yeah, that's the one I should remember.
That was the fourth.
Yeah, that was the fourth.
But now Winter Soldier just... Winter Soldier just elevated itself so much, and it was my favorite movie of I think it's 2014 it came out here.
Basically for me it's Winter Soldier, Iron Man, Black Panther, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy Part 1.
No, so
Civil War will struggle with Avengers because honestly when I first saw Avengers that feeling
Avengers
just come and just boom.
Dominance.
Yeah,
so I think left out a lot of stuff that I wish they had put in.
Alright, so last words last. So yes, this movie does live up to the hype, but please go into this not as an excuse for you to put another Toshiki and show off.
Let the people dress up in the
Toshiki.
Listen, just off your Toshiki, walk with your cookie and broom.
No, listen, like I said, don't go in.
Instead of popcorn, bring fufu.
I mean, go in just however you want to, but just know that you're going to get a great movie period. Regardless of whether it's Marvel or superhero or if it's black or white, it's a great movie.
It's fantastically designed as a crowd pleaser.
It does what it's supposed to do. It entertains. The epic scope I felt really works. Because anything else would make it kind of lame in my opinion. And what more can I say? Just go and see this damn movie. Go and see this with us. And listen to them soundtracks though.
Nice.
Right. Alright. So, Ricardo, where can we find you online?
Passat, RMEDY on Twitter. That is at RMEDY on Twitter. And then you can just type in Ricardo Medina on Facebook. I promise I am on Facebook. You will at least contact me. You can contact me.
Whether you contact you back is a different story.
No, I can contact you back with private chat, but not on the Facebook thing itself. But you can if you just want to talk to me about anything, because I know a lot of people still talk on Facebook, but I usually do it for like private conversations on average. But yes, Twitter.
Alright. Sommerleigh, where can we find you online?
On YouTube, I am Movie Junkie for Life. On Facebook, I'm Movie Junkie Continued. That's CONT''D. And on Stardust, I'm also Movie Junkie. So that's basically it.
Alright, Julien, where can we find you online, man?
Alright, I'm Movieville TT on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and recently on Stardust. And you can check out my site, redmangoreviews.com.
Alright, you can find me on Twitter. Just look for my handle, Legally Black MJB. MJB, capital letters. You can also find me on Facebook. Just look for my name, Machibili, along with Illegally Black Blog official fan base, where you find a link to this podcast here, as well as the others that we've done over the past couple of years. Also, I'm on Instagram. Just look for Machibili Reviews. That name might change in the near future. Can't really say for sure. And yes, one of these days I will jump on board Stardust. It's just that whole minute review thing. I just really don't like give me 2 minutes, a minute.
Short and sweet, man.
Short and sweet. But anyway, I'll try my best to do minute-long reviews. I'll try. I mean, I'll write that in my New Year's resolution or whatever.
What I studied now is like, wait, Vibranium make Forrest Whitaker sleepy eye go away, but he sent it to the father though. You know,
Yeah, come on. That's not much.
Wait, he had Forrest Whitaker eye. What?
But I didn't notice that. I didn't notice his father had a sleepy eye in Civil War.
Yeah,
No, exactly.
Okay,
I get the feeling that that's
Just to
something.
see that's long, I guess.
But I wonder if he had a stroke or something.
I was
and then
thinking
they had
maybe
some
he had
late
a
shooting.
stroke,
Some late shooting.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's
Also,
interesting.
I didn't touch on that, but vibranium is magic.
You know?
Hashtag vibranium is magic. We leave that for another time.
Black Girl Vibranium magic. That is true.
And in closing, y'all, well, next week at the time of this recording here, we're going to have the Academy Awards.
Nice.
So you can look out for Ricardo and I's thoughts on the awards. I don't know if you're going to get some dope moments like with Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty, which totally shocked everybody, myself included. Yeah, boy, I don't know what we're going to expect with this one, but in the meantime, though, you can check out our collaborative video where all four of us actually, with the exception of Ricardo, he was behind the camera, where we talked about our best picture picks, who we think is going to win. And then also, don't forget to check out the podcast that we all did, including with Wayne S. Rock, who unfortunately could be here, where we talked about the Academy Awards and, of course, the Razzies. Speaking of the Razzies, I hope Jennifer Lawrence will win a Razzie for Worst Actress. I really don't.
I don't think Jennifer gives a damn.
No, she doesn't. She have a new movie coming out, Red Sparrow, and I don't know if I'll check it out because
I want to check that one out.
yeah, the review's kind of so-so, but in due time, maybe I'll check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys. So once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever you listen to this. This is Matthew Media alongside
Ricardo Medina.
and
Sommerleigh.
And Julien.
And we are signing off from Wakanda. Yeah, it's a great place to visit. You need to go there. So take care until next time. Peace. Wakanda forever.
With your sandals.
Yeah, Wakanda forever, guys. Peace.
Wakanda forever.